Hey, hey, hey. Thank you. Hello, MH. Hello, Kidney. Thank you so much for the patience. It takes a lot to get ready when you got so much information to gather. Thank you guys so much. This is Everyday Shenanigans. I'm going to be bringing you an update pertaining to Summer Wells, and John Walsh, Mr. John Walsh will be doing has done commentary, on Summer Wells and the case. Thank you, Mr. Walsh. Thank you, Court TV, for your continuous cover of Summer Wells. As most of you know, Summer Wells is still, she has not been found, not been located, no sightings of her. I will also bring you information pertaining to the death, murder of Miss Petito, because her death has been ruled a homicide. The boyfriend at the time, fiance, however you like to word it, Brian Laundrie, he has not been arrested for that said murder, but he is currently on the run. I'm going to bring you commentary pertaining to him. I will also play a little bit of audio from WFLA News Channel 8. This reporter goes live every day giving updates pertaining to the case. I'll play a little bit of his audio, and then I will drop the link and let you all give your public opinion pertaining to the case. Thank you all so much for joining me. Hello, Cherie. Hello, Pretty K. How are you doing? Hello, Debbie. Ooh, sorry about that. Uh-oh. I don't know why this video was on. Nothing acts right when I'm live. Okay, sorry about that. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with John Walsh. Thank you all for joining me. In pursuit with John Walsh to cover search for Summer Wells Wednesday night, call for tips. As the reward for information on Summer Wells' location increases and investigators continue to follow leads, a national investigation icon will throw his weight behind the effort to locate the Rogersville 5-year-old who has been missing since June 15th. According to a Facebook post by the show, In Pursuit with John Walsh will feature an episode outlining the circumstances and current knowledge surrounding Summer's disappearance on Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as well as a call for credible tips to their own In Pursuit hotline and web forum. The Investigation Discovery Show covers ongoing cases with commentary from both John Walsh, host of America's Most Wanted, and his son, Callahan Walsh, a child advocate for the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Walsh entered the world of investigation and justice after the abduction and death of his son, Adam Walsh, in 1981. According to his Investigation Discovery bio, Walsh is an honorary U.S. Marshal and has been honored 5 times by 4 different presidents. Tips submitted to America's Most Wanted and In Pursuit with John Walsh have led to the capture of hundreds of fugitives within the United States and Mexico, many of whom were alleged murderers and rapists considered to be dangerous while at large. And that's said commentary. So if you want to go to the Investigation Discovery channel, which is a channel that I watch frequently, you can go into their queue to find the information pertaining to In Pursuit with John Walsh and follow his content over there. And you will see commentary pertaining to Summer Wells. Thank you all so much for joining me. WATE 6 News is the source for that said information. Now, my next story is pertaining to the infamous dirty laundry. Mr. Brian Laundrie, you are on the run. Why, sir, are you on the run? You haven't done anything, have you? Have you done something to be on the run? Because you are the hottest topic on the wire and national news and local news. Interesting. I'm going to bring you information pertaining to the FBI, their involvement in this case. California News Times is the source. Brian Laundrie bought new phone after girlfriend's disappearance. Search continues in Florida. This was uploaded 6 hours ago. Thank you for joining me. Northport, Florida, 2 weeks after search, Brian Laundrie, a man named interested due to the disappearance of his 22-year-old girlfriend, Gabby Petito. ABC News learned that Laundrie bought a new cell phone after returning from a cross-country trip without Petito. Laundrie left the new cell phone at home before going on a hike in the Carlton Reserve on September 4th and 14th. Excuse me, they should say allegedly. I'm going to say allegedly. Laundrie family lawyer Stephen Bertolino confirmed with ABC News the phone was purchased on September 4th, 3 days after Laundrie returned to his home in Northport from a cross-country trip, according to Bertolino. Laundrie opened an account with AT&T and the phone wasn't a burner, Bertolino said. Of course not. According to Bertolino, the FBI has a phone. The FBI did not comment on ABC News. Petito goes missing on a cross-country trip, and her parents, I guess from Long Island, New York, they're not writing this correctly, reported that she went missing on September 11th after she hadn't contacted them for 2 weeks. Authorities confirmed on September 21st that her body was found in Bridger Teton National Forest. The search for 23-year-old laundromat, once again, this is in their article, laundromat. Every article I read just about rarely calls him laundry. I don't know if this is on purpose or what. It's centered around Northport, Florida. An investigator said the laundry returned returned home without Petito. They don't even pronounce her name correctly, Petite, on September 1st, but was driving a 2012 Ford Transit. That is, Laundrie has refused to talk to police and hasn't been seen since Tuesday, September 14th, allegedly. That's Angela's word. According to law enforcement officials, he currently has an arrest warrant in Wyoming. A nationwide search for Laundrie was directed to a Florida campsite where a wanted fugitive family lawyer confirmed to ABC News he went camping with his parents about a week after he got home from a trip with Petito. According to Bertolino, Brian Laundrie, his father Christopher, and his mother Roberta all went camping in Fort DeSoto Park, Pinellas County, in early September. Bertolino confirms that the family later went on a camping trip. ABC-affiliated station WFTS Tampa has acquired the reservation log of Fort DeSoto Park based on the information disclosure law. This indicates that Roberta Laundrie checked in on September 6th and checked out on September 8th if you need verification. ABC affiliate WZVN at Fort Myers, we talked to a local family member who stayed at the adjacent campsite at the same time. The couple, Marcy and Kenny Newsom, said they took a selfie while traveling to a man in the background who believed that could be Brian Laundrie. They protect themselves. They were there until they were gone, Marcy Newsom told WZVN. A WFTS report found a helicopter at the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office orbiting Fort DeSoto Park from 11:40 p.m. to 12:40 a.m. on Monday night. The sheriff's office only said the park helicopter search was a part of an active investigation. Laundrie returned to his family's home in Northport, Florida after a camp excursion, Bertolino said. Through a lawyer, parents denied doing anything to help their son escape the FBI. Reality TV star Dwayne Chapman, commonly known as the Dog Bounty Hunter, said she participated in a Laundrie search and got Fox News hints about her family's trip to Fort DeSoto. I think they mean to say him. This is bad writing, excuse me. They were registered and passed through the camera gate. We are allegedly hearing that there are 2 people left September 8th. 3 people came September 6th, and 2 left on September 8th. I think he's definitely here. The Laundrie family repeatedly stated through a lawyer Monday night that they are unaware of Laundrie's whereabouts. They are worried about Brian and hope the FBI can find him, a statement says. Some of the public and the press say they helped Brian leave his family's home and helped his parents avoid arrest, and a warrant issued after Brian had already gone missing for a few days. Speculation is wrong. A lawyer and their family also issued a statement on Sunday afternoon providing up-to-date information on the FBI's investigation into Petito's death. He said the FBI returned to Laundrie's home and demanded some personal belongings to Brian Laundrie to assist in DNA matching. Brian's parents provided the FBI with what they could do, the lawyer said in a statement. Petito's family begged the general public and the news media to devote same energy to helping find other missing persons on Tuesday. Petito's parents and parents-in-law told reporters at a press conference in Bohemia, New York, that they showed a fresh tattoo of her design and mantra, "Let it be." Joseph Petito thanked the news and social media for spotlighting his daughter's disappearance, but said that all missing persons deserve the same attention. Amen. Thank you for saying that, Mr. Petito. I want to ask everyone to help all those who are missing and need help. It's all of you, everyone in this room. He points to his previous reporter and camera. And if you don't do it for the other missing people, it's a shame because Gabby isn't the only one who deserves it. Amen. This information I brought to you is affiliated with the Associated Press. And let's see. Also, there's another link in here if you want to get an update pertaining to the information about the cell phone. And that's the latest information. The FBI has a cell phone that was purchased by Mr. Laundrie, a new phone. AT&T is the carrier. It is a new phone. It is not a burner phone. If you need information to the source of this information I'm bringing you, California News Times is the author, and they don't write very well, and that's not my problem. But I'm just bringing you the message. So don't shoot the messenger. Shut your mouth. All right. What else we got? There's some information circulating that the FBI is back at the house. I do not know if that's true or not. Let's see what we got here. I have to skim over some of this stuff. Is old stuff. As most of you have heard, that's following this story intensely, there's been some commotion outside of the Laundrie home. And let me say this before I go into my commentary. You do need to be respectful of other people's property, whether it's a suspect's property, suspect's parents, mama, daddy, cousin, Pookie, Ray Ray's home, whomever, the neighbor's home. Know that everybody is not invested in the story. Everybody doesn't have anything to do with the story. So when you're standing out on people's property, the lawn, the street, you have to remember that there are other people who live in the neighborhood, and perhaps they don't like the fact that you're out there trying to take photos. You're scamming with your phone, trying to get information and film. You do have to be respectful of other people. And that's something people need to understand, that the Laundries are not the only people that live on that street. They do have neighbors. They do have people who are homeowners and rent homes. However it goes, that's their property. And you do need to be respectful of the people's property, whether you are a legitimate reporter and or just a bystander gawking, trying to get the 411 on what the hell's going on with these people. Please be respectful to other people's property, because now we have an altercation that's jumped off because of people lurking and trying to get the said 411. Independent County, UK is the source for this information that I'm going to bring to you now. On the 11th day since Brian Laundrie went missing, things are heating up between members of the public. A fight broke out at the Laundrie family's home in Northport, Florida, after a neighbor accused a protester of trespassing on his property, Fox News reported. The protester had been wielding a megaphone outside of the family's home along with one other protester for the last few days. You can sit here all you want with your megaphone. I don't care, but you come on my property again, I'm going to FF but beat your A, the neighbor yelled at the protester. You're going to jail, the protester said while filming the encounter. You just assaulted me on camera. The neighbor was arrested later in the evening and charged with battery, according to the Northport Police Department. Meanwhile, Mr. Dog, bounty hunter, claims he is closing in on Mr. Laundrie. While the FBI has an arrest warrant for Mr. Laundrie over a fraud charge, Chapman launched a parallel search for the 23-year-old who was reported missing by his parents on the 17th of September. He said on Wednesday, "We're here at the island. This would be and could be the perfect spot for him to hide." Mr. Chapman added, "The search now is really on. The search has just begun." Lord have mercy. The Independent is the source for this said information. So now we've got the dog on jumping in. Oh, Lord, involved in this madness masquerade. We also have people fighting outside the Laundrie home. See, this is where it's getting to be a circus. And this is why I tell people, if you notice with true crime and it gets national attention, this is what it becomes, a circus. And don't you find it interesting that all the stories I've discussed recently in the past 2 months pertaining to missing people, they are all eerily similar in the behavior of the spectators, the family members, bystanders, people on social media. People have gotten beside themselves and they're immersing themselves in a case and making a fool out of themselves. Why? Don't do that. You're too old for that. You're just too damn old. Come on. You know, act like you got some sense, because this isn't right to be out here doing all these crazy things just because you're trying to get information. Thank you so very much for joining me. Okay, we got more information coming forward. Thank you so much. So I brought you information pertaining to John Walsh covering Miss Summer Wells. The FBI has the phone that Mr. Brian bought recently when he returned, a new phone, not a burner. AT&T is the carrier. They're doing their updates pertaining to that. Allegedly on the wire, they're saying that they are back at the house. I've not verified that. I just saw that in the YouTube queue. Mr. Dwayne Chapman is now on board. I want to make sure I'm bringing you everything pertaining to this story. And also, I want to also iterate that the search for Petito, listen very carefully to what I'm saying. The search for Petito out there in that park led to the discovery of a Texas man who went missing August 20th, somewhere in that time frame. And remains have been found, and they are believed to be the remains of this Caucasian man out of Texas, father of two. So please keep that in your database, that when the searchers were on the ground in that national forest searching for Petito, Miss Gabby, they stumbled upon another dead body. So say what you want to say. Something is funky out there in that national forest. And that's why I went live last night to ask, is there a serial killer working the Bridger Teton Park? Because too many people have been found dead in the past couple of weeks, and you can't just push it under the rug and act like they got ate by a bear and a damn coyote. Well, them coyotes and bears must have made a pact the month of August. Come on, Queen. Somebody said, hey, we got fresh meat. And they just went through the park and started sloughing off campers. Come on now, stay woke. Stay with me. All I'm saying is somebody or somebody's has been knocking off civilians out in the park. Now, you're entitled to believe whatever you want to believe, but I'm bringing you the information. You can argue with the source, but this remains have just been discovered this week, and they were discovered while searchers were looking for Petito. So put that on paper. What are the odds? You're looking for a Caucasian female, and then you find another dead body. That's all I'm saying. Do the math. All right. Queen going to bring you more information. Thank you for joining me. This is Live on the Wire. Can't get no better than this. Who needs days of our lives when you have the wire? Amen. The next source of information is by ABC 13 News, WLOS. This is coming out of Western North Carolina. Thank you for joining me. Could Brian Laundrie, the fiancé of Gabby Petito, the woman whose body was found 1 month after she was reported missing, be in North Carolina? For days, rumors have spread across social media saying that Laundrie could be hiding along the Appalachian Trail. Ooh, my next door neighbor. On Sunday, Lisa Chapman, the daughter of Dwayne, a bounty hunter, Chapman took to Twitter to ask for experienced hiking survivalists near the Appalachian Hiking Trail in North Carolina. Lord have mercy, I'm dead. And this is her tweet on Twitter. Okay, guys, please retweet. Looking for experienced hiking survivalists near the Appalachian Hiking Trail in North Carolina. I know these types rarely have social media, so do you have family member Fred who fits this description? Lord Jesus, I'm dead. She later went on to ask the followers share Laundrie's mugshot with residents living in North Carolina, urging hunters and residents to check their game cameras for a possible sighting. Okay, ABC affiliate WSOC spoke with officials from the Watauga County and Avery County Sheriff's Office Wednesday who say they've received a half a dozen tips in just the last 48 hours. The Watauga County Sheriff's Office confirmed with WSOC that they have been in contact with the local, state, and federal partners. We actually had a conversation with the FBI this morning, and what you said is correct. Watauga County Sheriff Lynn Hageman told WSOC, if there's something legitimate, we'll check it out. And if there's something more to it, then the FBI will be contacted, but not on every call. Amen. Thank you for saying that. And this is said information coming out of North Carolina. Here is a backtrack of what allegedly went on out west between Petito and Mr. Brian Laundrie. We're going to see if we can get a timeline of what really happened. Thank you for joining me. August 24th, the duo was reportedly seen leaving a hotel in Salt Lake City the following day. Petito made her last post on social media. Take that notes, August 24th. And I do believe the mother said she last talked to her the next day, which would be the 25th. September 1st, Laundrie returned to his Northport, Florida home in the van the pair had been traveling in, but he was alone. September 11th, Petito's family filed a missing persons report with the Suffolk County, New York Police Department after not hearing from her for weeks. September 15th, Laundrie was officially named a person of interest by the Northport Police Department. Authorities said Laundrie was refusing to cooperate. September 17th, Laundrie's family told authorities they have not seen him in 3 days. His parents report that he was heading to the Carlton Reserve in Sarasota, Florida, last time they saw him. September 19th, authorities announced that remains have been found near Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming. September 21st, a coroner confirms that the remains found in Wyoming are those of Gabby Petito. Her manner of death is ruled a homicide. Authorities have been actively searching the Carlton Reserve for nearly 2 weeks with no sign of Laundrie. Across social media, rumors have been swirling about possible sightings across the country. Watauga County and Avery County Sheriff's Office say the agencies received information that Laundrie may be familiar with the Appalachian Trail, and that could be why the area has gotten the attention. If you need verification, ABC 13 WLOS. This is coming out of Western North Carolina. So who dropped the dime on the Appalachian Trail? Was it the dog? Social media post. Somebody knew he hiked up there. So now you want to come next door to the queen. Lord have mercy. Somebody call the paramedics. Somebody call the paramedics. Y'all want to go up an Appalachian Trail, you best to be careful. Just be careful is all I'm going to say. There's some hanky-panky going on out here. That's the set information for this live. John Walsh covering Summer Wells. Please check out his information on the Investigation Discovery Channel. Thank you, John Walsh. Thank you, Court TV. FBI has Mr. Laundrie's phone. It is a new phone purchased once he returns back to this part of the region, September 1st. Neighbors fighting outside with spectators with bullhorns. Neighbor went to jail, bonded out. As I said, please be respectful of other people's property. Maybe they're not on board with the shenanigans going on with the Laundries. You have to understand that. Those people are entitled to a peace of mind. They are homeowners. That is their property. Now we're talking about going to the Appalachian Trail. Perhaps Mr. Dog will be traveling up those parts shortly. What is the truth about the reserve? Are his parents involved? The Laundries, the dirty Laundries. Have you aided your son to get to safety? You went on the camping trip as a ruse to get everything in order. Your last time to bond before your son went on the run. What's the truth? Your lawyer says it's not the truth, but some of us are speculating that you're lying. That you've aided your son. You parked that car deliberately at the reserve. He's out here roaming around somewhere in the lower eastern seaboard. He's not dead. He didn't kill himself, and he ain't in the swamp. My source says he's not in the swamp. Y'all said, your source? Yeah, my source said last night. Homeboy ain't in no swamp, and frankly, he probably never was there. Come on, Queen. Stay woke. You see, what you have to ask yourself is this. Bring it to him, Queen. When you live a certain type of way, it will be hard for you to step out of the norm. So if you are used to hot water, food, a refrigerator, driving your car where you want to go, sleeping for free in your mammy and daddy's house, it will be hard to then start walking around in smelly clothes, smelly socks, wet hair, ducking and dodging with shades on, baseball caps, and a backpack. Come on, Queen, bring it to him. It's going to be hard to keep doing that. You see, going camping because I want to is different than going camping because I got to. Come on, Queen, bring it to them. They ain't ready. You better stay woke. You see, before, come on, Queen, bring it to them. You camped because you wanted to camp. You stayed in the Appalachian Trail, Pookie Trail, Bubba Trail because you wanted to camp out. You could stay 2 months, 3 months, because you knew that when you left out of there, you had somewhere to go slumber with hot water, air conditioner, a Mustang parked in your mammy and daddy's driveway, living for free, eating for free. Come on, Queen. Wi-Fi, come on. Cable, come on. But you see, the game is different now because you know you killed that girl and you don't want to own that you killed her. And you done told your parents some cockamamie story about what happened out there in Wyoming. Now, what you told them, I do not know, but I got a feeling they know something and they know you did it. and they have aided you and continuing to aid you. And I know you ain't dead. And if you are dead, oh, well, that's between you and the maker. Because I don't feel nothing for you. Because you snuffed out a life for no reason. And whether it be you snapped that day, you got tired of Gabby, whatever, you could have walked away. And if we'll believe the rumors of the airline flying back and forth, you should have stayed your ass in Florida. But see, you ain't been doing nothing with your life no damn way. So you should have stayed with your mammy and your daddy and told Gabby, it's over. Come get your things. They'll be here when you get here. It's been nice knowing you. Check out like most men check out. Come on, Queen, bring it to him. See, you ain't had to go that route. You didn't have to go that route. You could have did her like most men. It's been nice knowing you, Queen, but the relationship is over with. Now you walking around here, running around, ducking around like a damn Unabomber, like a fool, when you could have a cushy life. You did this to yourself. And I don't feel nothing for you. So I do believe your parents are aiding you. I do believe you are alive. I do believe you are on the lower eastern seaboard. You are no closer than South Carolina, North Carolina, and Florida. You ain't went that far. Because one thing I know about your kind, you are a creature of habit. You need your parents. You're dependent on your parents. And you're not going to be far from them. Because you're not going to make it out here, baby. Because all eyes are on you. There's also a reward. So we got a lot of thirsty folks out here that need that small change. And the fact that you murdered that girl, there's too many people willing to put another 10, 20, 30,000 on top of what's already out there on your head. You're a dead man walking. But you chose this path. And as I said, I don't feel anything for you. That's sad information. Thank you for joining me. This is Everyday Shenanigans. I will drop the link. Be respectful to the hostess in the chat. And if you do not have anything relevant to say pertaining to the title of the video, please do not hit the panel. This is serious business up here. We're talking about a dead girl. So if you don't have anything valuable to say, I'm keeping it real right now because I think some of you need to hear it. I don't get up here and talk about these folks because I'm bored. I could be watching Investigation Discovery by myself without being on the wire. I bring you this information because I have a caring spirit. And right now, I'm sitting close to somebody who's been murdered. I've had an aunt murdered as a young woman because she made the wrong choice by dealing with the wrong man. So I know about death. So when I come up here and bring you a story pertaining to missing people, deceased people, I'm bringing it from knowledge, not because I'm bored. Some people have ulterior motives for why they talk about true crime and other stories, other reasons to be on the wire. That is their choice. I don't sit in the same spectrum as those other people. Please know that. Thank you so much for joining me. Hello, Debbie. How you doing, baby? If anybody has seen this joker, please call the FBI. And you all need to realize he may have a weapon. That's something some of you have not thought about. He doesn't want to go back. He knows he can't live out there forever, but he's made a choice to leave. So you do need to keep that into consideration if you're thinking about walking up on Mr. Laundrie. Be very careful because desperate people do desperate things. And that's why I said a lot of people who are following these stories, you're not really serious about the stories. And a lot of you are trying to involve yourselves in these true crime stories, but you don't know these people and you don't know how far they will go to stay free from law enforcement. So that's why I take all these cases serious, because you don't know these people. If a person will snuff out a child or a woman, you need to be leery. And you don't know the minds of the other people out here who will aid them in what they will do. Everybody's not your friend. This is not a game out here. There's sick people out here. Thank you for joining me. God bless all of you. If you want to donate to the channel, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. All super chats are welcome during the live. God bless you. Prayers for Miss Petito's family. We're going to get justice for you, baby. And I respect the Petitos for not wanting to discuss Brian Laundrie, because what happens in these cases, the suspect becomes the number one subject besides the decedent. And before you know it, we're only talking about Brian, and we're no longer talking about Miss Petito. This is what's happened with every story pertaining to a serial killer, a murderer. You start talking about them. Chris Watts. You forget all about it. He had a family and children. He snuffed them out because he could. They become the focus. And naturally, he's the focus because he's on the run. Or he's believed to be on the run. Some people may think he's deceased. I do not. But he may be dead. But I don't think he's dead. Yes. Kudos to the Petito and the blended family, because that's a wonderful thing to see parents and step-parents bonding together for a common cause. Everybody's getting along. And that's why I keep trying to tell you all, watch these things, because these are indicators of a person's life before death. You do not see this with Cal City. You do not see this with the Summer Wells case. Stay woke. You see, everything is in the details. I tell you all, pay attention to what's obvious, not the gossip, not the he said, she said, but what is obvious. You never saw a common ground of people related fighting for the missing person. You did not see a family unit with Cal City. You didn't see a family unit with Summer Wells, but you see it with Miss Petito. And that's what the focus should be. People united for a common cause of a missing person, deceased person. When you don't see family members gathered talking about a missing person, they're already letting you know what the hell was going on in the background. You don't need he said, she said. It's good to have somebody tell you something, of course. But when you don't see people, aunts and cousins and aunties and grandmamas standing up there in front of the news talking about their missing loved one, their dead loved one, you should already know there was some smoke in the city. If you're coming in here to play, remove yourself. I'm not playing with you all today. Bye, baby. See you later. Thank you for joining. I got 128 in the room. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion pertaining to Summer Wells, Mr. Walsh, covering this story. Thank you, Mr. Walsh. Thank you, Court TV. And also, the FBI has a phone belonging to Mr. Laundrie. Allegedly, they are on the scene at the house right now. Where are the parents? Somebody said they left this morning, went out for about 3 hours, came back. As someone said, that's their business. They're grown. They can go where they want to go. You can wonder all day where the Laundries are going. They're going to do what they want to do. That's where they're going. You think they're getting ready to tell you where they're going? Like the Petito said, they didn't tell us where my child was. They didn't tell us how to find my child. So why the hell they going to tell me anything about where their son is, and they ain't going to tell you where they're going? Hello, everybody in the room. Thank you for joining. God is good. I'm going to play a little audio from WFLA. They're giving a little commentary until one of you decide you want to come up here, hit the link, and give me your opinion pertaining to the said information. This is Everyday Shenanigans.
There's new activity there. The second thing that is interesting.
Hold on 1 second. Something going on. Hold on, you guys.
Campground situation. Obviously, Dog the Bounty Hunter has been out there searching. But what really is interesting to me is, Dog the Bounty Hunter sort of brought this whole campground nugget into play, saying he got a tip that the Laundries were at the campground. A lot of people are saying, well, maybe the FBI knew about this like a week ago, and just now Dog is finding out about it. But what's really struck me is this confirmation that the FBI didn't get the surveillance video from the campground until Tuesday of this week. So that sort of signals that the FBI wasn't out there snooping around. until this week and until after Dog the Bounty Hunter brought this into play. So that's the second interesting nugget of the last 24 hours. I say the third thing is the phone situation. Everything that's come out about the phone, that the Laundrie family attorney, Mr. Bertolino, has sort of confirmed that there was this additional phone purchased after Brian returned to Florida without Gabby. He says the phone is now in the hands of the FBI, but there's still a lot of unanswered questions with the phone.
Brian Entin joining us here, everybody, and let's before we know we already have tons of comments here in the queue using hashtag AJB and hashtag News Nation on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube here. Brian, we know that there's going to be a lot of questions and comments here, and there already are in our comment section about Dog, and I think I saw that you had a conversation with Dog. Was that on your Brian Entin Twitter page this morning? And perhaps can you give us an update and give our viewers an update on where things stand with Dog?
Yeah, I talked to him this morning, and look, I get it. Like, there's a lot of people out there that have been tweeting me, and maybe you've been dealing with the same thing, saying like, why are you giving Dog publicity? You know, what is going on here? Isn't he a reality TV show star? And I get it, and I hear you, and I'm sure you hear the comments too, JB. But
I do. Yeah.
I think, you know, he's become part of the story, and the reason is this whole campground thing. I mean, he's the one who exposed the campground, and now we learned that the FBI didn't get the video until after Dog put it out there. So, you know, I think, and he is actively searching, so he's hard to ignore. I mean, look, he has to bring new evidence to the table. We're not just going to give him airtime every day, no matter what. But, you know, we can't ignore that he's now part of this.
Yeah, part of this story, as is so many other elements here to this story, Brian. We've been talking about the Ford Mustang. We've been talking about the camper. We've been talking about Chris and Roberta Laundrie, Brian Laundrie's parents here. Karen Stepp, our first hashtag KJB, hashtag News Nation comment, and saying here, Dog is the reason they got the surveillance. It's obvious. And a lot of viewers, again, feel this way. This is the opinion of one of our commenters here, but this is that there are a lot of people that are following Dog because they believe that Dog is helping us learn more about this case and perhaps learning more. We don't know what the FBI knows, and Brian and I both understand, of course, how the FBI deals with investigations of really any magnitude, not just this magnitude, but any magnitude. They're not going to give out information that's going to compromise an ongoing federal investigation. But it is of note that they just now recently received that video from the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office. Fort DeSoto Campground turning over the video, the surveillance video of the Laundries there at the Fort DeSoto Campground, turning it over to the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office, who then got that to the FBI, and I believe that was Tuesday of this week. Correct, Brian? I mean, that was just 2 days ago, and that's 3 weeks really into this story.
Yeah, 2 days ago was on Tuesday, and it's interesting. I mean, you get it, JB. When you're working these stories, sometimes you find out things that you're not necessarily supposed to know by requesting things and getting denied. And that's sort of what happened with the surveillance video. We're trying to get the surveillance video. We email Pinellas County because Pinellas County controls the campground. It's a county park out there. And they reply, we can't give you the surveillance video because it's now under investigation. So now it's like, okay, wow, the campground is part of the investigation. Whereas just the day before, law enforcement is telling us, no, we don't know anything about the campground. We're not out there searching. The campground basically means nothing right now. So it's interesting.
Interesting indeed. And of course, if you've been on the Gabby Petito Reddit, a lot of people talking about that. And a big shout out to all our platforms here. But I was tweeting out earlier, there's some great folks on the Gabby Petito subreddit there that are trying to do some amazing work. The moderators there doing amazing work as far as collaborating resources there and just trying to have a productive conversation there and carry the conversation forward as far as the Justice for Gabby cause that is remaining quite persistent online, as you would expect with as many people that have been following this story. Let's get to this question here. Hashtag AJB from Kenzie Raider. Hashtag AJB. Do we know where the parents went this morning? And really, Brian, Chris and Roberta's whereabouts now, especially after that trip to Orlando for legal aid or legal advice. When they went there, they made that trip. Their whereabouts now are being talked about online. I mean, if they leave their house now, people are instantly talking about it across social media.
Yeah, and we're outside the house most of the time, so we kind of watch when they come and go. They did leave this morning. I posted some video on Twitter. They left this morning and they were gone for a couple of hours, but they're now back now. They just got back about a half an hour ago. We don't follow them. I mean, look, you have to draw the line somewhere. But they are back at the house now.
This is a great one here. It just came in a moment ago. We've got a lot more here in the queue for across all platforms. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Use hashtag HeyJB, hashtag NewsNation if you'd like for us to animate your comment on screen. And I want to make this very clear for our audience here. We don't want to feature a comment from a commenter that doesn't want to be featured in this way with their name and their profile picture. So use the hashtag if you'd like for us to pluck your comment out of the comment section here across all of our platforms. And if you just want to comment back and forth with your fellow commenters and us not feature you here on screen, just don't use a hashtag and we'll let your comment go on by here. But Cindy Runberger, hashtag HeyJB, is there any footage or pictures of Brian after he returned? Has anyone actually seen him? And I'll take this first, and Brian, you can correct me if there's any gaps here with my assessment.
Very good question. Does anybody have a photo, video, something of him when he returned? It's a very good question. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me.
On September 1st. And then the Guthries, the neighbors there on the street, saying that they did see Brian there returning home in that first week, that opening week of September, and then saying, of course, that they went on that camping ground, that camp trip. And there's been, of course, a lot of focus on that interview, but let's not forget, folks, that is an interview that came from two neighbors in the block, not police, not law enforcement. So that's the only other sighting that we really have that is confirmed. You have to remember.
Thank you.
Police,
hit the link if you want to give your opinion.
Todd Garrison, said that they knew where Brian was, but we then, of course, found out afterwards that
thank you all. Thank you.
They had eyes on him at the time. So then, and Brian, you can again correct me if I'm wrong here, but at the same time, this is why the Fort DeSoto surveillance video is of such intrigue, because Stephen Bertolino, the attorney for Brian Laundrie, says that the entire family went on the 6th and left on the 7th, and that they all went and they all left.
You can get this information off of YouTube. It's playing right now. WFLA News Channel 8.
Whether or not Brian Laundrie was in fact with the family on the 6th and on the 7th here in Florida.
Yeah, I think that'll be huge, especially if they have video of him leaving the campground.
Right.
Because, that will show that he did go camping, but he left. And I mean, and again, you said it over and over, I mean, there's so much we don't know. The FBI doesn't give us information.
Straight from the source, yes.
Perhaps the FBI knows that he did go camping and then was back at the house. And so then I think the camping
thank you all. Thank you.
Nugget sort of just becomes part of the timeline, but that might not be the last place that he was.
Let's get to the phone. Let's talk about the phone, Brian, if we can, and a lot of questions coming in. I'm just going to take them in conjunction here. Tina Palota, hashtag HeyJB. Brian got a new phone on the 4th. Yes, we were able to confirm that on newsnationnow.com and WFLA.com. Do we know what happened to his old phone? I'm going to take this one here as well from Alyssa Lambert, hashtag HeyJB. If he bought a new phone, does anyone know where his old phone is? And then we also got one here, and I believe that this one, yes, it was on YouTube from Alicia George, hashtag HeyJB. Where is his old phone? So the question is coming through here across all platforms here, Brian, and it's a good one, and it's the right one to ask. Everyone usually has just one phone, right?
Hi, Crystal.
So if
Hi,
there
baby.
was a new phone purchased on September 4th. There was a new phone purchased when he got back from the cross-country road trip with Gabby Petito. Then did he have another phone? And is that where could that phone be? We really don't know where that phone could be and what happened to it.
Yeah, and I think
it's okay, Crystal.
The phone situation, there's a lot we don't know, and we're getting a lot of the information from Mr. Bertolino, the Laundrie family attorney, and he'll give us the information that he wants to provide, and then not always answer follow-up questions. I think one important note is in the beginning, Mr. Bertolino was saying that Brian Laundrie and the family bought the phone on the 14th, but then came back and said that was actually a mistake and it was actually the 4th. So there was some confusion about that. And I'm on this text with him. I just want to read some of the text and kind of walk you through what he has said about the phone. Let me find him here. At first, he said, to my knowledge, they did purchase a new phone, and it's the same phone that Brian left home and which the FBI is in possession of. And he was saying that was on the 14th. Then we were confused and we followed up. I can confirm that the phone was purchased.
He bought a phone, he got back. You all aren't listening.
And Brian opened an account with AT&T for that phone, parentheses, not a burner.
Not a burner, a real phone. AT&T is the carrier. FBI has the phone.
14, 2021, and the FBI now has that phone. So we followed up. Do you know, and this goes right to the question here, do you know where Brian's previous phone is? The one he had while traveling out west with Gabby, and Mr. Bertolino just responded.
Of course he has a phone now.
And not no comment. He just responded no,
unless
I
he's dead.
Know where the original phone is. And it's just
right. And I want to point out too, yesterday with his statement, which I hadn't really seen him do this before. And you know, he's responsive at times with the text and never really know what this guy's going to say. And kind of a lot of times the lawyers will text the same statement to everyone. But I noticed with him, like some reporters will get something and then another reporter will get another little nugget, and you don't know what you're going to get with him. But yesterday he texted, when he said all of this, he started out with, to my knowledge, which I thought was interesting. He didn't just put it out as fact. He said, to my knowledge.
And every word that Stephen Bertolino puts out right now is under the microscope. And it is of note. Brian, I'm going to agree with you completely. Usually attorneys with a story like this, and even comms people representing attorneys, what they will do is just copy and paste the same statement to all the reporters that are constantly, blowing up their phone. And we have seen a wide variety of different responses to different questions, which means that Stephen Bertolino really is, working the phones here and responding to these questions from reporters. And there have been different responses to maybe, a similar response, but slightly different to the same question asked by multiple reporters.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Let me say something about this situation right here. This is why I always tell you all to listen. Always listen to what has been told to you. Everything you need to know about the story is at the beginning of the story. Please listen. The Laundries have told you everything you need to know. You have to listen. 1, you came back without the person you're dating. You brought their car back. Are you listening? Are you listening? You purchased a phone and left the phone. So obviously they've checked the phone to see that it's a new phone. It has new service. So you're sitting in the chat asking about an old phone. Stay woke. You don't buy a phone if you're going to go kill yourself. Are you listening? I keep trying to tell you, listen. You don't need Pookie, Ray, TikTok. I keep telling y'all that. You don't really be listening to what I'm saying to you. They telling you everything you need to know. He done told you already now with this phone situation. Why would I buy a phone if I'm going to kill myself? Why would somebody go buy a lawyer if I'm going to kill myself? Come on, Quay. See, I don't need all that other stuff. I pay attention to what the law enforcement brings to me. So now you got a lawyer, a new cell phone that the FBI has, a car parked at a reserve, no sightings of the person who owns the car. Parents weren't cooperating in the beginning, period. Suspect wasn't cooperating before they even had a warrant for the charge of the cards. Stay woke. I don't need anything else. You're not going to get a lawyer for a dead person. You're not going to buy a phone to kill yourself later. And naturally, he does have another telephone to stay in contact, to know what the hell's going on out there. So that means he has to be somewhere near a outlet. Come on, Queen, bring it to him. To plug in the phone. Come on, Queen. Because in order to talk on a telephone, you need to plug it up. We're going to go back to grade school now. You need an outlet. You need a cord. Come on, Queen. And you need, most importantly, come on, Queen, they know where you're going. You need electricity. Did you hear that? Stay woke. I'm woke. I've been woke. Hit the link if you want to be heard. Autumn, you don't got to explain nothing, honey. They believe anything they see on damn social media, child. If they saw Brian walk on water, they would believe he walked on water. You need not try to explain nothing to nobody. Jesus Christ. Hello, Kevin. How you doing? Kevin, come up here. You have never come up here. Come up here and join the Queen, because they act like they scared down there. I don't drop the link just because I don't have anything better to do. I could just bring you the information and check out. I give you an opportunity to give your opinion, to speak, to give some type of commentary, to troubleshoot the crime. Obviously, you all don't like to engage. Well, Kelvin, as I've told my fans already, being off the grid when you want to versus being off the grid because you have to, that's two different things. Do you understand what I'm saying? Just because a person goes hiking and camps out for 2 or 3 months, that's by choice. It's not the same as you're running for your life because you're scared you're going to go down for stealing somebody's money off their card and murder. It's not the same. It will never be the same. Yes. Why keep chatting in the chat when you've been given a platform to give your opinion? So the long as you are respectful up here, respectful in the chat, do not curse to tell everything. You can get your point across without being belligerent and drunk. I have to tell some people that. It's daytime. I want to keep the video, conducive to others that want to chime in and listen to the content. So the longer you don't hit the link, it messes up the flow of what I'm trying to bring to you. I don't want to be up here 3-4 hours waiting for somebody to, give their commentary. I can just check out now. Thank you for joining me. Hey, K Bless, how you doing? Thank you, Emery. I appreciate that, sweetheart. Thank you all so much. But this is why I tell you, if you pay attention to everything that's been told to you in this story, the people have told you everything you need to know. They are complicit, Mr. Laundrie and his parents. This is an orchestrated crime, possibly orchestrated out there in Wyoming. And I hate to say that because it's already bad that he killed this young lady. But how do I know that he didn't deliberately kill her? That the rules to go fly back and forth with this toting of clothes, moving stuff out of the house, this was orchestrated. As I put on my community post, please go to it. You've got a few options. They fought. He flew back, got mad, flew, left. They made up while he was gone. He goes back, tries to make up with her. They still argue. Then he kills her. Accident or intentional. Or he left knowing he's done with her. Goes, moves her stuff out of the house. And then he goes back to say, I'm going to get this heifer. She's pissed me off. I'm going to kill her. Which is it? And not to be disrespectful to Miss Petito, but I'm just ad-libbing a man talking, cursing about a woman. You understand what I'm saying? Was he angry enough to say, I'm flying out of here. I've had enough of her. I'm going to go home, move her stuff out. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to get her. I want to show her. And he pretended to be in cahoots with Gabby Petito and waiting on the right moment to kill her. Or did he go back, fly back, angry, thought it was over? I'm going to move her stuff out my parents' house. He called, he called, however it went. They hashed up, decided to get back together. Although he's already moved her stuff out, stay woke. He flies back to Wyoming. But yet they are still doing this dance of going back and forth fighting. And then she dies by the hands of Brian Laundrie. Which is it? We will probably never know. That's okay, Kevin. Okay. Okay, that's fine, Kevin. Thank you so much. Yes, I understand the internet problems. Okay, well, hit the link. You need to drop the link, Miss Broomer, please, because I can't keep dropping it. Thank you, Gally. Thank you. Thank you for all my new subscribers. Thank you for all the new people who have joined in commenting and hitting the panel. Thank you all so much. Thank you for all the new subscribers. God bless all of you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kevin. I really appreciate that. And tell Miss Brooks I said hello. And thank you all for having me on your channel. I appreciate that. Letting me come up to give my opinion. Thank you so much. God bless both of you. Okay, you can't see it, Crystal? That's strange, because I've dropped it several times. Hold on, you guys. Thank you all for your patience. This is a riveting story. I don't know how it's going to end, but it's becoming a soap opera now. He said, she said, and it's just like what this reporter is saying. They want to bring you facts and not gossip, but you don't know what's the truth pertaining to what was said and done between Petito and Mr. Laundrie in Wyoming. Who's telling the truth about what they saw, didn't see? You know, he's kind of like Duty Ron. They don't really delve into the he said, she said realm, and everybody's different. I get that. You know, Duty Ron comes from a law enforcement background, so in his line of work, he dealt with facts, not what Pookie said, Ray Ray said. And that's the thing about somebody giving an account. You know the old saying, tell the story to 3 or 4 people and wait to see what they say. Each person repeat the story back. It kind of comes back differently 4 different ways, even though it was only told one way. What? I shouldn't say an error. This is strange. Wait a minute. Oh, Lord. CK 56. Oh, I see. It's got a, I see where the error is. Sorry about that. All right, hold on, you guys. Hold on 1 minute. I'm getting it, honey. Don't worry about it. You know, the devil's busy. He's like, I didn't want you up there talking about him. What you talking about Mr. Laundrie for? The devil don't want you talking about his friends now. Believe that. He's using Mr. Laundrie. Hold on. I'll make sure I'm getting everything correctly. There was some numbers off. That's what it was. Okay, thank you for your patience. I got it, baby. Thank you for that. Thank you all so much. I'm in 58 minutes in, so make it worth my while. Thank you, guys. Okay. You know, me and the stream, y'all, we do not get along. But I tell you all, I know it's the devil because he don't want nobody talking up here. He don't want nobody talking about his friends. Welcome, welcome. Support. Where you calling me from?
I'm calling you from Ohio.
Okay, bring it to me.
Okay, I got a lot.
Okay.
So I've been following this case just like, you know, a lot of people.
Okay.
And I have a lot to say about Mr. Brian.
Okay.
So I just don't see him being able, like you said, getting far from home.
Okay.
Because he couldn't even provide himself with an apartment.
Hey, Brandon.
Yeah. So if you can't, and I didn't see a ring on. For some reason, I'm getting feedback, and I don't know.
Yeah, because I brought Brandy on last.
Let me see.
Let me take you down for a minute. Let me see if it stops. Hold on, and I'll bring you
Okay.
back up.
Okay.
Go ahead. You go ahead first. Go ahead and finish. Stefan,
Yep.
go ahead and finish, baby.
Okay. So I didn't see a ring on her finger. So I don't ever in any of the pictures. So I don't think he ever got her a ring. So I don't see him being financially able to take care of himself out there in the world. And he was a camper, not a survivalist. I have never seen him kill an animal for food. He was always needing to stop and get food for, he would his own water, his own food. So he's gonna mess up eventually. In
You
my
can't
opinion.
carry enough water to last. He's been out there a while now. There's no way.
Exactly.
That'll weight you down carrying bottles of water.
But my thing from the beginning was the FBI was on this case more than I've ever seen. And then the governor comes out and says, we'll give any resources needed. And so obviously the FBI knows way more than we do. So I wonder if there's a lot more going on that we don't know about. And I know that they say that those two women had nothing to do with this case out in Utah.
Mm-hmm.
But now we have two more cases that we found out about yesterday.
Yes, Mr. Robert out of Texas.
Yes, out of Houston. And I'm just wondering, and I don't want to say the serial killer theory.
Well, I brought it last night because it needs to be said. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. It's common sense. I go by common sense. So it's not to offend anyone because I didn't name anyone as a serial killer. But I brought it forth because you can't have a bunch of dead people popping up in the same month, in the same place.
In the same place, in the
it's
same
just like an
way.
apartment building. If you had 100 people in an apartment building and 5 people show up dead in 2 weeks, what would you think?
Exactly. And it's not like this was an issue. Nobody died in Utah for how long in this area? For like 2005?
They said 15 years, they said. I think somebody said in the chat.
So to me, I'm sorry.
And then it's recent.
It's
not like you found a dead body that been in the park 10 years, 7 years, 2 years. August 20th, which is the time frame of all these people camping at the same time.
Amen.
Somewhere between, let's just go on and say, from the 1st of August to the end of August, all these people were in the park.
Camping. Exactly. So I don't know. That's just this is all speculation and in my opinion.
Okay, that's fine.
But I just have the theory from the very beginning, way before.
So what are you trying to say? Just say it. Do you believe Brian killed all these people or some of these people, ma'am?
I'm saying that I think he might have killed all 5 of them.
Okay.
Well, I thought there were 2 men that were found now I could be wrong, that were camping, not just the guy from Houston, but there were one more.
Somebody in the chat last night mentioned something about a homeless man was found dead. I don't know if that's true or not.
Okay.
I haven't brought a source. I haven't brought a source of information or news of another person, whether it be homeless or not. I haven't brought anything. Only thing I've found in my search is of the people we've mentioned, the 2 ladies, this man this week and Miss Petito. That's all I've got.
All I'm saying is that I don't usually believe in coincidences, and there's a lot of coincidences.
Well, I've heard 2 detectives say this. Real detectives, not TV detectives, real detectives in true crime stories that you see like on Oxygen, whatever, when they're talking about cases. There are no coincidences in true crime. That's what I heard from 2 separate detectives that do not know one another.
There you go.
Okay. Miss Broomer, give it to me.
Well, I think all along, I think he's in a hotel. You see what I wrote? Hotel, motel, Holiday Inn.
When your girlfriend started acting up, did you take your friend? Sorry about that.
Because, like you said, everything is just so, just so calm. And, like, they're like, oh, well, we dropped them off in the swamp. I don't care how trifling your child may be. You're not going to drop them off in a swamp with alligators. Okay. I think they're putting places to, how do I want to say it? Make people think that they were there, but they weren't. put what's the word I want to use? This
Okay.
right there.
Let me use somebody's comment 1 second. The FBI is keeping that quiet, saying the two girls wasn't killed by Brian.
Yeah.
Yes, perhaps so. I heard that on somebody's commentary on this WFLA earlier, that perhaps that is a ruse. And you all have to remember, law enforcement does not have to tell you anything.
Right.
They did it with the DC sniper. Let me please tell you that. They never told you that they knew who he was. They just said, I'm looking for you. Can you holler at me?
Yeah.
I want to talk to you. They already knew, once they got the information, who he was, the motive behind the shootings, and that he was on his way to kill his ex-wife. That was the reasoning for the shootings in the DC sniper, for those who do not know. They knew who he was, but they did not let the public know that the person in the description of the car, van, whatever, why, who, they lied as to protect you. As to protect you.
Yeah, I think I really do think that he's connected to all of them. I think he's just running scared. Who would jump out moving cars? You know, you take me down the street, then I'm gonna hurry up and run. I get scared and stuff.
Yeah.
He's acting like somebody that's on the run.
Yes.
That
yes.
has something to run for.
Yes, run from.
Yeah, run from. And I know. I just if he didn't do it, then
why run? Why not just sit at home, wait for the indictment, wait for somebody to knock on your door to say, hi, I'm here to arrest you for the card fraud, blah, blah, blah. You kindly get in your car, paddy wagon, and go on about your business and let your mom and daddy fly out there with the lawyer.
Yeah.
And do your business.
Because he had her money. He had her card. He had her money. Maybe he was afraid that somebody saw him. Oh, they,
you had to put gas in the car. They told you 35 hours. You know how many places that boy stopped? You've seen everywhere. So that's the next thing that's getting ready to come up. Every sighting of the gas station. Come on, Queen. Everywhere you stop to get McDonald's.
Every toll booth.
Chick-fil-A. Travel center to go wee-wee.
Yep. Just like you said, they're not going to tell everything.
No. Brandy. Are you done, Miss Broomy? Okay, let me let Brandy come on. Brandy, tell us what you got, baby.
Can you hear me?
Yes, come on, baby.
I agree with her. I think he's in a hotel somewhere, and it wouldn't be that hard. I don't think he's far from his parents. This kid has been spoiled.
Oh, he's not far from his parents.
Whole life.
Yes.
What's he gonna do without mommy? And I just think she's the type of mom. She's gonna make sure he's somewhere and he's okay.
Yes. But so, okay, so since you threw that out there, Brandy, where? Because
not far.
Wanted. No. But what I'm saying, he's wanted. He's visible. We know what he looks like. Where exactly could he be without somebody seeing him and recognizing him? I want somebody to answer that.
Man, I'll tell you this. I've traveled in some tiny little places in the middle of nowhere with some little old motels where I didn't even need an ID to get a room. So
he going to the to one of them little rundown places to get a room.
Hey, they got water and electric, shoot.
And Wi-Fi.
And I mean, anybody could have checked in. That don't mean they're staying there. Anybody could have checked in, but hey, you just put that little thing on the door. I don't need no room service. Okay. I mean, who knows? His parents may have ways to.
Well, they say they have property in
stuff now.
I don't have any what's the word I'm looking for? Receipts to what they own and don't own. But that has been said that they own property. That's something somebody put in the chat. I do not know if it's true, but it's obvious he's somewhere. And if we are to believe that he's been on social media and in my chat and other people's chat, the real Brian Laundrie, then that means he's somewhere where there's electricity and Wi-Fi. Come on.
I don't think his parents would leave him anywhere where he didn't have electricity and Wi-Fi.
That's my point. Yeah.
They're not gonna leave him out in the woods. I mean, no mother's gonna do that. I understand that part, but But I'm curious to know, because I've been thinking about this and nobody's talked about it. Have they searched any of the places that he and Miss Petito camped before all of this happened? Because they've had to run into other places and other campsites. And are they checking there to see if he left any bodies behind before this happened?
I don't know. I'm sure they will.
Because I think it's possible.
Okay. Okay.
I'm
Kinsley,
going camping. I'm going
Go ahead.
camping this weekend, and I'm taking my dog.
girl, you kidding. Where are you from, Brandon?
Arkansas.
Arkansas. Okay. I think we talked
Yeah.
before. Kinsley, where are
Yeah,
you, baby?
we did.
Hello, Queen. How are you?
I'm good. Where are you?
Arizona.
Arizona. And welcome to the family, Miss Kinsley. What you got for me?
So, what I want to know is why is it that they felt the need to lawyer up when she
Because
was
of the
first,
charge, allegedly.
no,
Was it
when
not?
she was first reported missing, and
I thought that
law,
was true. I thought they did get a lawyer first. I did too.
they did.
I thought so.
And I re-listened to it again this morning, so they had to have known that something transpired out there.
That something was coming. That's why I said they knew something was coming. They knew something was coming. I said that in the beginning. I said when I first started covering, I said somebody said something to the laundries, and who is it? Because how would you know to go get a lawyer unless somebody told you, hey, there's an indictment coming down from, I mean, wherever it's coming from, whether it was for the fraud, whether it's for Miss Petito's death. Somebody told you. So who is the person that told you?
I think he told his parents.
What happened? Yes, thank you.
I think he told his parents they were trying to do whatever damage control that they thought they were going to be able to handle.
Okay.
And I believe he's very close to home. I
do too.
think he's either with a family member, maybe they
So much I want to tell you guys, but I can't. I take an oath. Ugh.
You know, I'm thinking maybe a family member, empty real estate that they own. He's
But listen to me.
Very close.
Let me tell you something. I have somebody on the ground, in cahoots. Never was at the reserve.
See, I don't think he was either. I really don't think he was there.
He's not at the reserve.
I
never went to New York. Never went to New York.
Yeah, I don't think he went anywhere. I think he's been there and he's on the ground somewhere close enough to have contact or even maybe, close contact with his mom.
Well, he's a mama's boy.
Yep.
Daddy's boy, however you want to word it. He's been living with his parents since at 23. So that means he hasn't done anything. Except for this little road trip and camping on his own. But to me, that's not the same. You ever went out and rented an apartment, paid bills. That's when you showed me you've done something. You paid bills on your own without your family's help.
That's right. I got a 21-year-old that's graduated college, lives on his own, has a full-time job, and pays his own bills. That guy's 26 and has never left home. And doesn't have a job nor in school.
Well, see, that's my point. Is that for everybody wants to keep talking about he's a survivalist. He can make it out there. He's been out there before. I tell you 1,000 times, you camping on your own is not the same to camp to survive.
Exactly. He's camping for enjoyment.
You're camping to hide. That's not the same as I decided to go hang out in the woods for a month. I know I'm going back to my mom and daddy's house after a month.
Right.
That's a difference.
And they knew he had a phone, right? So from the body cam footage, he had a phone. Didn't he hand him his phone, show them that he had a phone? So why hasn't the FBI or local PD, looked for this first phone? Now they're acting.
Well, listen at me. I keep trying to tell y'all, don't ask those questions. You already know they've done all that. They don't tell you what you want to know.
Oh, of course not. They're not going to tell us anything.
They've done everything you're asking. They've already done. Once they found out Petito was missing, everything you're asking, they've already done that.
I bet they got a lawyer as soon as he pulled up in the driveway without her.
He told them. They knew something was probably wrong with the flying back.
How you gonna come home with no girlfriend?
Go far back. Go far back. When you call to say you need an airline ticket for what? What's going on with you and Gabby? Come on.
Exactly. And how could they not?
Everything you need to know has already been said to you, honey.
That woman lived with them. She was just a young girl, lived with them, was engaged to their son.
And that's scary.
No
Mhm.
remorse for this girl that your son
That's right.
supposedly loves.
I think
And
they
let's talk
knew
about that.
I
Go ahead.
think they knew it was possible for him to do something to her.
Let me
'Cause
tell
they
you
didn't live with that couple and not know that
Right.
their son didn't have issues.
That's why you know they're cutthroat. Because that girl
Yes.
stayed in her house for at least 2 years, they're stating. So that
Yes.
means you were used to her and him. How cold
Yep.
can you be to see your son going back and forth, flying on an airplane, like somebody on the news said, news commentary,
Mhm.
whatever? It costs at least $800. I think it's profiling evil. He Googled a flight coming from one place to the other to the West Florida town, whatever. It was about $800 roughly. That's a lot of money for today.
Yes.
It is.
So who paid for the ticket to fly, and what was the real reason to fly from Wyoming out there and then double back? So see, this is where the ruse comes in. And
But
the
did somebody actually know he got on a plane for sure?
Well, I don't know, but I'm just going off of what Profiling Evil, and I know he's with, he might get some.
I'm not with the plane story. I don't know about the
Well,
plane.
see, that's why I kept telling people, where are you getting it from? But somebody said in the chat the other day, her mother said he went and got her stuff out. So that means somebody had to call her to let her know he was taking the stuff out and putting it in stores. Because how would she know that? She's all the way in New York.
Exactly.
So who called her? It can't be nobody but him or his parents called to say, hey, woo, woo, woo. Or could it be him and Gabby discussed it? Hey, this ain't working out. I'm getting ready to go back home and get your stuff out of my parents' house, and I'm going to put it in storage for you. And when you get back, see, you don't know, because one's dead and the other one ain't talking.
Mm-mm.
So you don't know what to believe.
Mm-mm. And how did his parents think that was going to be a good idea? Yeah, son, let's just put her stuff in the storage and pretend she's never here. Like, that doesn't even make sense.
That's why I said he messed up when he went to get the stuff and put it in storage if it's true. Let's just say allegedly.
Okay.
If you put that in there. Yeah. Where you messed up is getting back on the damn plane. You should have stayed.
Yeah,
that
I don't know where she
you
went.
can be free and clear when she's dead. I don't know what happened. Yeah. I've been in Florida. She could have met Pookie, Ray, Jason. See where I'm going?
Or the serial killer that killed all the rest of the people out in that park.
He's a dodo bird because he's smelling his own funk. And that's what you do when you've been coddled all your life. You think you know every damn thing.
I think it's really odd that he was doing all this hitchhiking back and forth.
That was to set the plan up. That's to set the plan up. See, she was already dead, possibly. That's why I think they got the dates right.
Exactly.
Because all that jumping around, you have no reason to be doing all that jumping around unless we're to believe that he had a fight with her again. Yeah. And he's just saying, I'm leaving her. I'm going to go do my own thing.
Because who would leave their 105-pound little fiance at a campsite in the middle of nowhere?
Or somebody that got mad and says, F it.
Yeah. Well, I think he was I think he is
like what he did when he got back.
And I
like what he did to her out there.
Trying to drive off.
Yeah.
And leave her.
Yep, you're exactly
I know
right.
dudes like him. I'm serious. Like, I've met men like him. There's no limit to the cruelty that they will do.
I want to know how long he harmed or mentally or verbally abused that girl in the 2 years that she lived in his
Dawn is right.
Probably the whole time.
Probably
the whole time.
But see, that's the scary part of the story. Like most of these stories, is that Gabby she just didn't have it in her to leave him alone. That's obvious.
Yeah,
she didn't have it in her to leave him alone. She's already seen the signs of what he's about. She's already seen the signs of what he's about. If you would look at him in the videos where she's doing all of this, look at him. I tell y'all to watch stuff. You see it? When she's doing all this in the video like this, what is she doing? She's admiring herself, right?
Yeah.
But is he admiring her? Say what? See, because all you're doing is this, talking about yourself. Hey, everybody, I'm over here. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Maybe he wasn't feeling her. Look at her. Always talking about herself. You got to think how a narcissist thinks. It's all about her. Ain't nothing about me. All she do is sit in that phone looking at herself talking. See, I know them kind of men.
Mhm.
They act like they care about you, but they're jealous and envy-hearted of you at the same time. I bet you he's very insecure.
Well, I would be too if I looked.
She's
like
a beautiful girl. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So as
I
you're
think that's
talking,
why they live with his parents.
everybody's looking at her, commenting. I bet you, if we were flies on the wall, we would fall off at the stuff he's probably said to that girl before she died.
Mhm. And his parents, I know
He's
they've
been
heard
all in her phone. He's been all in her phone, her IG. Oh, he's been all in Messenger. He's been reading stuff back people said. I bet you when they're in public, he done told her, don't look at nobody. Why you looking at her? That's my old lady. What you looking at her? I bet you.
controls who her friends are when she sees them.
Jealous of her.
This is horrible.
Yeah, I know he was jealous of her. Because she was a knockout. So you know he was jealous of her.
I think he killed her first.
Killed her first. What you mean?
Before he left. Because, I mean, you're going to take my...
That's why I keep trying to tell everybody, quit trying to work, quit trying to do that timeline, because let me tell you something. Something's off with these people coming forward saying he was getting in their cars and stuff. Something is wrong with the 26.
Yeah.
We got two people saying that they saw him. He was in allegedly Wyoming, the 26, jumping in some woman's car. And then later that night, he's at a bar, another bar in Montana. That was, somebody said the 26 both times, 26. That's two different states, 2 hours and 20 minutes apart. I'm not talking about the TikTok stuff, because somebody jumped in the chat saying, I think you're getting it mixed up. I'm not talking about the restaurant. I'm talking about the 26. Okay. Two separate incidents of being in Wyoming, jumping in a car, and later that night in Montana, 2 hours and 20 minutes away, at a bar with some people who were doctors in a conversation. And when the story blew up, the girl called the male friend and said, hey, you been watching the news? You know that guy that was in the bar with us and he was acting like he had something wrong with him? They looking for him.
I don't know how true it is, but they said that there was proof.
Is it true?
He was also in a bar with the two ladies that got murdered at their campsite.
I'm hearing that too.
So
are we talking about an angry person that's walking around and he's saying, I don't like the way you looked at me. I don't like what you said. So he lies in wait and he kills you afterwards.
It's possible.
Since y'all want to keep bringing up that book, Lullaby.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about that. But I did hear that Gabby's her friends said she would escape and come to hang out with them.
And then go back.
But state that he was hearing things. He couldn't sleep at night. He was talking about hearing voices. I mean, I don't know. That sounds like crazy to me. I wouldn't want to sleep next to somebody at night who thinks they're hearing voices.
Hello, Outlaw. How you doing, baby? Hey,
can't function properly.
Well, we all make mistakes picking up people. Somebody in the chat is saying being stupid to pick up a stranger. Well, I told you people the other day that I was going to pick up 2 strangers because I prayed about it and I didn't want the people stranded at the store. They had groceries. They had things. So the first thing I thought was, well, if they kill me, what are they going to do? Take my car and their groceries? I don't know. But you understand what I'm saying? That's just who I am. I don't want to see somebody stranded. And I prayed about it. And I sent a text to people to let them know where I was, who was getting in the car, the name, all that. Oh, I did all my ducks. And everything worked out. Their ride was coming down the street. I turned the car back around, let them out, and they ride, picked them up. They were stranded. Somebody left them. And I thought about that. What if that was me? Somebody left me. Dawn, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. What you got to bring to the table, Miss Lady?
I honestly think that the tipping point to the whole thing and why he actually murdered her, allegedly, I'll say, in my opinion, was when
Wait a
they
minute.
had
Before you do that. Wait. Before we go there. Do you think he killed Miss Petito, ma'am?
absolutely, without a
Denise,
doubt in my mind.
before you start talking, Denise, did he do it or he didn't?
He did it.
Randy?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Don. I just want to get that out the way. Get that out the
He
way.
absolutely did it.
Okay, come on, Don.
Absolutely. The fight or the argument that he had in the restaurant.
Okay.
He went back 4 times and he was angry. He would not let it go. And they said that she was very upset. And she went in and apologized for his behavior. And I think that was the tipping point. I think they went back.
Very good point. Very good point.
He got angry, I think. They went back to the campsite. They were arguing about it. And I think he murdered her. He lost it and it was enraged that she
What you taking their side for? I got
exactly.
This. They did.
Yeah, betrayal.
And then I'm looking at you too.
I'm
looking at you some type of way.
Like you're supposed to have my back no matter what, and you didn't.
Been doing this to me. You've been fronting me.
Right.
I'm gonna show you. Thank you, Dawn. It's a very good point.
Yeah. Yep. She said it.
Lord have mercy.
If he would have just had his parents fly him back that day.
That's all he had to do.
He could have moved the van, got his parents to fly him back, and Gabby would still be out there.
Yep.
I wouldn't care about nothing going on. I just said, you know what, homegirl? It's been a nice ride. We ain't jiving. I don't want to do this no more. I'm done.
Exactly.
Or he could have just said, let's cut the trip, ride back, and then you go your way, I go mine.
Right.
Yeah, but can you imagine how horrible the day was after the cops separated them? After the cops separated him and she went back and picked him up. Can you imagine how horrible that day was?
See, Brady,
exactly.
That's where I'm having a problem with. Even that, because y'all been bickering back and forth about that incident of who went in the hotel, who bought pizza. Okay, but how they meet back up?
Oh, she went and got him. But I guarantee you he was so mad at her for that whole...
You had to know that.
Yes.
You've been with him. But see, like we said, don't matter. But Lord Jesus.
No, I escaped a relationship like that when I was a teenager. So I know.
She was scared to drive, but see, she wasn't Anya. Anya would have been like this. I'm in a hotel. I'm Gucci. I'm going to eat all my pizza. I'm going to watch a little telly, and I'm going to pray to the Lord that I can drive this car all the way back to Florida.
Yes.
With my stuff. And I'm at your mama and daddy house, and you ain't never got to worry about the queen no more.
Yes.
Her problem was she was afraid to drive. If she had been any other type of female that had that gumption, that oomph in them, they made that way to Florida, baby.
Yeah.
They made that way to Florida. But she didn't have that in her, see.
Yeah.
She didn't have that in her.
But I bet that day was like hell.
That had to be horrible.
Hello, Joe. How are you? I can't hear you.
He's muted.
It's all right. I'm muted. I was muted. My bad.
Okay, where are you from?
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Welcome.
Welcome. I've been listening for like a lot of different cases for you. I love the way you like keep it real. Check it out.
Yeah, I can get a little rough. Thank you, though.
Okay, check it out. I watched Pasquale's show a little yesterday, and Sue Hunter has an interview where she describes finding Kylie in the stream. Okay, and in that interview, she states that.
Wait. Who are you speaking? I don't know who you're speaking about.
The Moab couple, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, right when she describes coming to their campsite, not at the campsite, but right where she finds Kylie right where she finds her, there's a pile of Gatorade bottles, like somebody dumped trash or returned their trash to them, like maybe like an eco warrior that like had his bug up his butt about water bottle.
Oh, you're scaring me. Please stop.
I'm serious
I
though.
just
Think
got
about that.
goosebumps.
Imagine
I got
why would
goosebumps.
anybody
You
have
did
that
it.
much
I
hate for
know.
that couple? Seriously
Yeah.
though.
That's what. Wait, Joe.
He
Ooh,
says in another interview,
this
check
issue
it out.
right now
He says he
because
had
that's
issues
you're
with
turning
that.
it in. You're turning it into what I just said with the people.
Yeah.
I'll show you.
1950. Listen to her.
I'll show you. I just said
Mhm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my bad, ma'am.
Mhm.
I was trying to email you. I sent it to you in chat. Literally, I was trying to like talk
I'll
about it.
show you.
Yes.
He
And
sees something
apparently-
he don't like. Now
That
Yeah.
is only something. That is only somebody like Brian would do. And dump
Dexter.
their trash and kill them and
You
like
never
run
watched
away.
Dexter.
See?
On Showtime, remember Dexter?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm serious. Anyway, if you want the clip, it's Pasquale's show yesterday. It's like
I'll
45 minutes
I'll
long.
check it out. I'll write it down.
1950 is the timestamp right before she starts
1950.
talking about it. You don't got to listen to the whole
Pasquale
thing.
show. Okay, thank you, baby.
Oh my
Yeah, it's
goodness.
Yes.
1950, ma'am.
Wow.
And
You know
supposedly
I
that
don't know
is
if it's
so
nothing, but to me
creepy.
that ain't nothing.
Freaking me out.
it ain't nothing.
That ain't nothing.
Yep.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna hang up. All right.
That's all you got to say to us.
Yeah. It's like, well, it's a little thing, but maybe it ain't a little thing. You know what
And
I'm
I'm
saying?
out.
Look, don't be giving me
Until
this
you
crazy
hear it for
stuff.
yourself. Hear it for yourself
I
and
love
decide.
you. But guess what? I gotta go to sleep at night. I can't keep doing this.
No, but just listen to it. It takes you like 2 minutes to listen to it. You don't gotta listen to the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Good luck. I appreciate you.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna pull it up now. Have a look. Go ahead. Y'all keep talking. Thank you.
No.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Joe.
I'm gonna bounce out. I just
Okay.
appreciate you ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you too.
Bye bye.
That's Joe from Massachusetts. Oh Lord.
That's
What y'all got
crazy.
to say? What y'all got to say about that?
Because somebody else had said those two ladies had told someone else in the campground that there was a white man complaining about every single thing they did.
Wait. Say that again.
Supposedly, the two ladies that got murdered
Yeah.
had told someone else in the campground before they got murdered that there was a white man watching them and complaining about every single thing that they did.
Please, Brandy. Please.
I mean,
Yeah, 'cause
I don't know if
he
it's
was
true.
looking at
I
it creepy.
listen just like y'all do, but I don't know
Yeah.
if there's any receipts for that.
Yeah, they said
But-
that he was being creepy or something. Just
He's
Right.
basically
They
told her their
a
friend.
bunch of trash was found near where one of the women that was dead. Bottles.
They
Gatorade
told their
bottles.
friend. One of them told their friend that there was a creepy guy that was like following them and complaining, and he was weird.
So dead.
And if anything happened, that they needed to look for them. That's what they said. The friend had said, allegedly.
Allegedly, there you go.
I mean, I'm trying to be politically correct on it,
Yeah.
allegedly.
I
'cause
understand.
I don't have receipts, but it sounds like his MO in my opinion. Like that's something he would definitely do.
And he told the cops he wasn't on any medications, but I would like to know, was there medication at home, or had he been on medication and maybe he just thought he didn't need it anymore? Like sometimes people that have, mental problems will level out, then they think they don't need it, that they're fine, and then they'll have some kind of a break,
Right. And then that would explain, I think, in my opinion, it would explain why his mom is very protective of him also. If he's had problems all his life, she would be protective of him.
And
and want to.
But I'm not going to protect you killing somebody. I'm sorry.
No, me either.
No.
Absolutely
You're not going to wrap me up.
not.
You're not going to wrap. Because see, this is what they don't understand. You right now aiding your son and lying saying you haven't is why you've got people outside your house with a bullhorn, people from the media, because had you done the right thing and told him, we're not getting involved, son. Because what you're doing is going to affect us. We have to live here.
Right.
We pay bills here.
But do you have a son?
Yes.
Do you have a son? You do? Oh, well, I only have one. He's my only child, and he's not crazy or nothing, but I don't know. I always said,
it doesn't matter
he
who
came
you are.
home and was like,
nobody involved in no crimes like that. I'm sorry.
But some mothers would, is what I'm saying. Some mothers would.
I'm not
Yeah,
that
but
one.
I'm not that one
but
either.
look where they are right now.
Right.
I mean,
You gotta
yes,
go right in behind them.
You can't
you're
go
gonna
back
have
now
the
because,
consequences.
but you
I
can't go back
understand
now
that.
because of your decision of what you've done by aiding your son. You now got
Mhm.
crazy people stalking your house, following you, worrying about where you went today, what you're doing. It's only going to get worse.
I
Where you gonna
understand that.
move?
I do. But I don't know. I'm a kind of
Mm-mm.
mama. I don't know.
I mean, I
Y'all
know
might
people
see
will
me
aid
on
their
the
kids,
news too.
but murder and what looks bad
Yeah,
for
murder
them,
is something
if
else.
she stayed with you, this is not some random chick that he went to see, something jumped
Right.
off, he killed her. The girl stayed in your house. So how do
Stayed
you
in your
look
house.
coming back? You don't even say anything about the girl, knowing she was in your house. She stayed in your house. Her things are in your house.
I get it. I mean, I
They probably was
understand
trying-
all that. I'm just saying,
Maybe
I
he
think
slept.
that there are some parents that would be like, "Oh well, we're
Yeah,
gonna
I
ride
know
with
that's
them."
what I'm
You
saying.
know?
And they probably are those parents that they said, well, he's our kid. We're going to
That's my
uphold him. We're going to
baby.
support him regardless. But look
You
at
know
the
he's got
payout.
issues. I
But look
mean,
at the pay. You really think they're saying that he's got issues?
I bet his mom is like, well, you know, he's always been a little something wrong with him. You know,
Too
Well,
you
tough to
think
get
his
well,
out
mama
the
don't
mama,
house 'cause
know
he's
he's
in
crazy?
trouble.
prepare you a little cell with some Bath and Body Works right next to you, baby.
I would say, go take a
I mean, and
shower,
she might be
brush your
willing.
teeth, comb your
She
hair.
might be that mom. She might be
They
that mom.
created
I'm
the
just
monster.
saying.
They give them a nice sale where we've got an open studio for mama, daddy,
Yeah.
and son.
Mm-hmm.
They might. I'm just saying she could be that kind of
They got a
mom.
studio
You know what I
apartment.
mean?
You know, you heard about that new jail they got? They got studios in the jail for your parents in case your parents are stupid enough to age you. They put your parents and the child in the same damn cell
Y'all gonna live together forever.
forever.
And never
But you
ever.
know, they're the parents. It tells a lot that they went camping the day he got back.
This was they must be. Do they?
That showed you they were down from day one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They
Wait a
had to
minute.
get the
When I heard,
plan together.
wait a minute. Let me tell you something. When I heard before that they were riding around when Miss Guthrie came back, or Miss Guthrie, whoever said they were riding the bicycles. Come again.
What
Mhm.
is that?
What the hell is this Mary Poppins going on? You just killed somebody and you ain't brought the girl back.
Ew.
And y'all riding around the bicycle. Mommy, you want an ice cream cone? There's an ice cream truck.
They sweep it under the rug. Everything he's done.
Act like it never happened. Yeah.
Just like
See, that shows you they got some mental issues.
Yeah, they sure do. Thank you. Thanks for saying
yes,
that.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with mommy and daddy.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're not riding no bicycles. No where.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, where is that girl?
right.
What did you do to Gabby?
Uh-huh.
Let me tell you something.
Mowing the yard.
Let me tell you something. I'd have caught a charge. I'd have grabbed him up like a thug.
Exactly.
Where is Gabby? And you
I would
ain't
have
gonna
turned
do
him in
police
myself.
until you
Thank
tell me
you.
where that girl is.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have made him talk.
Mm-hmm.
And when he said, "Mommy, okay," and we get ready to drag your ass right down here to the police station. You're not getting ready to bring that to my house.
Mm-mm.
He
The
ain't get
minute
my
he
car.
called
They
me to
coming
say
get him.
something, I would have called the police and I
Thank
would have
you.
told them.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Take them.
Because that's just cold hearted all the way
Like her
around.
parents said in the press conference. Why would we expect anything from them when they wouldn't even tell us about our child? So why are they going to tell us something about where their son is? You didn't tell us. You didn't have the decency to tell me anything about my child. My child was staying with you. You didn't tell me. You could tell they were hurt, because that's a hurtful thing to even repeat and say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get ready to tell me nothing. They wouldn't tell me nothing about my own damn child. My child's staying with him.
Right.
You ain't give me no
She's in a safe
information about
environment.
how she was doing, when he left, what he said,
Right.
what she said, nothing.
Yep.
Exactly. It's
Right. They start
crazy.
letting people out the psychiatric hospital, start closing them down. Now they just
They need them
roaming
back
around
open.
Hello.
They need 'em back open. Hey, support. How you doing, baby?
Hi. You're right up my alley on this subject, because I raised a mentally ill daughter who is now 26, but symptoms started at age 8. And they come out.
Tell us her diagnosis, ma'am, please.
Oh, I won't tell her diagnosis, but actually that's what we do now that
You
she's
said you ain't gonna tell me.
Oh, you want me to tell you? I thought you said
Well,
don't
we're not going to
tell.
understand. Well, we're not going to understand the severity of the situation.
Oh. They I will tell you.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. I will tell you what happened and where we are now. What we did with what happened.
Mm-hmm.
They come out behaviorally. A child is not going to is going to be able to verbalize mental illness to you. It's going to come out that they have a problem with their behavior.
Mm-hmm.
So you get them evaluated. If you see some major behavior issues, get your child evaluated. So we did, and it came to find out that she was having hallucinations and hearing voices and having hallucinations.
Mm-hmm.
So
at what age? At what age, ma'am?
That was age 8.
8.
We went through treatment. She's still in treatment, but she was inpatient so many times, and she was in outpatient treatment. And there was a time she had to go into residential treatment for about 3 months. But through all of that, as awful as that seemed at the time, she said something to me. And another mother said something to me. They won't give you an official diagnosis till they turn 18 because they don't want to put that label.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, but she was diagnosed with bipolar disorder.
Mm-hmm.
And another mother said, "You're lucky that you did something at a young age." And I said, "What? I'm lucky that my daughter spent most of her childhood in mental hospital, and going to therapies and."
Well,
and
probably that you're saying most children don't get no therapy, don't see no help.
Yes, but you know what she said? She said, "Well, my daughters, I didn't do much. I just thought she was a bad kid." And she said, "But now she made a really poor choice after the age of 18, and now she is in prison for years." And I thought, wow, like, okay, yeah, it was bad, but we did get it. We were able to get ahead of it before we ended up in legal problems. She never was arrested or anything like that. And Christina Johnson, I see your message that she was a victim of sexual abuse at age 8.
Mm-hmm.
Or excuse me, SA. I'm so sorry. Actually, you know how we protect our children from men, because I was a single mom. It ended up being another child that SA'd her when she was age 6. But she didn't even remember it till she was about age 15. So this whole time that we're going through all of these treatments, that's not even come out yet until she was 15. Anyway, to get to the light at the end of the tunnel, now Brittany and I, that's my daughter, and she's fine with me using her name because we do a YouTube channel together. We educate people on the importance of getting, of recognizing the signs, what to do about it, and medication, and when to change providers, and all of these things, so we don't end up with these with people that hurt people.
Mm-hmm.
And that is kind of where we are. That's what we do now. As awful as that horrible experience was, if we can help one family survive that, their peer, because they didn't have support for us when we went through it, but if we can support one family going through that system, because it's a crappy system, our mental health system. So I just wanted to share that because I saw people talking about mental illness and all of that, and how he was having some hearing voices. That stuff is real, and we lived it. And I don't know what his medication, what his diagnosis was, if he even had one, but it's real. And I'm proud to say that, even though I am a mom of a child with mental illness, and I'm no longer embarrassed to say that, and I was for a long time. And I'm so proud of her, that the woman she is, and that she is able to educate other people now. So anyway, that's all I had to say about that issue.
Thank you.
All right, y'all.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You up on it. Bye-bye. All right. What y'all got? Hit the link if you want to give your opinion pertaining to this information. The first part of my video is pertaining to Summer Wells. John Walsh has a segment on her that was released yesterday. And I want to thank him and Court TV for continuing their coverage on the disappearance of Summer Wells. I don't have any updates as of yet. And naturally, I brought you information pertaining to this case. FBI has a cell phone. Mr. Dog Bounty has entered in the search. They're asking for help to search the Appalachian Trail in North Carolina. I don't know what they've learned to lead them to think that he's there. Something's come up, obviously. There was an altercation outside of the Laundrie's home with a spectator and a neighbor. The neighbor did go to jail and is out on bond or whatever. And as I said, people need to be respectful of other people's properties because no matter what, these neighbors didn't sign up for this mess with the Laundries and their son. So people need to be respectful of other people's properties because the neighbors, this is not their problem. And naturally, they're going to get frustrated with all these people hanging out on their street because of the Laundries.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't sign up for this. And you will probably be just as agitated when you come home and you can't get down your street because of news trucks and people gawking and taking photos and videos. That would irritate the hell out of you.
I would be so mad.
You would tire of that. You would tire of that. Now, some of you might like it because you just want to be in that type of mix of mess. But there's only
done called the Laundries to come bail me out. Y'all come pay my bill.
Good luck with that.
This is y'all's mess. Get me out of jail.
Good luck with that, honey. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. So what's next? So do we have a serial killer out west? What do we have? Because I'm very concerned about this man. I wanted to do a separate video on him possibly later on about this man, Mr. Robert, because I just feel like there's some hanky-panky going on out there. There's some hanky-panky going on.
I think there's something going on for sure.
Yeah,
there's too many bodies.
Yeah, too many people. Yeah. You know, because
there is a lot of people.
What we're going to have by the weekend.
There's a lot of people that come up missing in these national parks. A lot.
Yeah, some people get turned around because that happens over here next door. The Smoky Mountains is right outside my door. So you're going up there and you're not planning properly, and it's easy to get lost up there because this is how I look.
Right.
I'm not a nature person. I love outside. I love looking at the trees, the flowers, but that's it. I like saying, "Oh, that's pretty." I don't need to go up in there. I don't have nothing to prove to nobody that I went to the highest peak. I wanted to see the falls and all that. Hell no. Because let me tell you, they just euthanized a big old 500-pound bear somewhere. Do you understand where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
What you getting ready to do? Hiking. Talking about, I'm going hiking in. I'm a naturalist. Oh, here come that 500 bear. What you doing out here? What you gonna tell that bear? No, I'm serious. What you gonna tell that bear? Because the bear don't care nothing about social media. The bear don't care nothing that you love nature. Because you know what the bear said? This is my house.
Mm-hmm.
You don't belong out here. And that's what man and woman needs to understand. You have overstepped your boundaries. Because in the end, that don't belong to you out there. That's
I'm going to sleep with the Bears this weekend. So if y'all see me on CNN.
I forgot about you, Brandon. You going out there. We're going camp. Going out there.
My husband's got some heat for a bear, though. So
if y'all gonna keep your eyes open all night,
we can hear him coming.
You can
hear him.
I ain't talking about the bear. I'm talking about the one with 2 feet. Come on, Queen.
Oh no, we got some. My dog can hear everything. If he can hear people walking on the sidewalk across the street, we'll be all right. I got a dog that weighs 186 pounds.
Brandon.
If they can get through the dog, then we'll have something else for them.
What's wrong with a little cabin stay?
Oh, we do that too, but we got grandbabies that's never camped before, so I'm on vacation next week. We camp.
Are y'all hearing this? We are talking about a dead woman, some more dead people, a man on the run, And she
I'm
gets
not gonna let that
Wait a
stop me.
Wait a minute.
No.
Look, y'all know how I am. Beverly, did you hear that? She going camping, and they looking for a crazy person.
I am a crazy person. If somebody comes up
Okay.
into the camp acting crazy
Just tell your
when my
husband
grandbaby's there,
Well, when you go do something crazy out there, just make sure your husband contact me, and I'll be the first one to put your story out here on YouTube.
I will.
I'm dead.
Oh, it'll be all right. It'll be all right.
Brandy. Let me tell you something about Queen. I don't play with the outdoors. I just don't.
I didn't think you did.
Hell to the no. Because let me tell you something. I got to worry about Pookie and Ray Ray. You think I want to go out there and worry about something with 4 feet, Bigfoot, his cousin, and then another 2-legged creature that want to come along with Ray Ray, Jason, Freddy Krueger? No, ma'am. Because guess what? Big girl don't want to run. Did you hear what I said?
Yeah. It's really nice though. I mean, we've camped a lot.
That's when I'm running. If I can get up in time.
Well, now I am older, so that may be a problem. Getting up off that ground.
And I'm trying to think of wrestling in a sleeping bag with Jason, Freddy Krueger, and the bear. They gonna win.
Yeah.
I will be the biggest loser.
Now, my daughter said, hey, can I take my friends? Can we all go camping on Halloween? I was like, no, you went too far. You went too far.
Okay, Outlaw. Come on up and done. But I'm just saying, sorry. I love nature. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I love having the view of the mountains, all that. But I don't want to go in there and play around because I hear horrible stories such as what I'm talking about right now. That's why I don't like playing around with nature like that. I'm not going up in the mountains. I've been up in there, and I'm telling you, going through North Carolina, let me tell you something, baby. She ain't no joke. That's why I know. That's why daughter talking about the terrain and going up in there. You don't want to play around in there, baby. No, I'm trying to tell you, when you go through the tunnel coming out of Tennessee, you are going into a rock. Literally, it's been cut. Yes. And you going in there, and that curve, woo, you talk about, you can't text, you can't talk on the phone, you can't do nothing. Ain't
the highway is skinny.
Hold on a minute.
No.
That is like a roller coaster. We even have a roll called the Dragon. People have died on the Dragon.
Yeah.
By car, by motorcycle, preferably. Because a lot of people come here to ride on the motorcycle on the Dragon. They didn't go back on the motorcycle. Do you get my drift?
Yeah. Yeah. Me and my friend drove it when we was like 17. And I was like, if I survive and make it back home, I will never come back.
You talking about the Dragon?
Yeah.
Isn't it what 300 and something curves and 11 miles or something?
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Outlaw.
Yeah.
Where you at?
I'm back in Missouri.
Okay, what you talking about? Look, he decided to show himself now. Look at the trucker. How you doing, Outlaw?
Oh, not bad. When you get busy, it's like,
Well, come on, bring it to us.
What do you want?
I'm gonna turn my camera. I gotta get me something. I got a little thirsty. So come on, y'all go ahead and chop it up with him. Hold on a minute. Go ahead, trucker. Run it to him.
Asking what? Just give me a start so I can help out.
Well, let's start with Summer Wells since she's the title too. Y'all ain't saying nothing about Summer.
I can't talk about that.
Okay. What you need, a helmet? Ooh, if I could tell y'all, look, this what I love about being up here. Y'all really don't know me. Y'all don't know who be in my ear. You hear me? There's some things I could tell you right now. Y'all would say, Anya, oh, don't do it, but I can't. But let me tell you something. Just stay woke. Just stay woke. Everything is not as it seems.
That is true.
As it seems. If only y'all knew. Everything y'all been seeing up on this wire is a bunch of bull. Well, John Walsh has done a segment about summer. It aired yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Walsh. And
Yeah, I never got to see that.
okay. And then FBI has Mr. Laundrie's phone. Dog is on the hunt, of course. They're now taking this hunt to the Appalachian Trail in North Carolina. I'm trying to think what else I left out. I know it's something else I discussed. Y'all help me out.
They're wasting their time with that situation.
Why? Going to the Appalachian? Why you say that? Hey, University.
Because I don't think he's far from home. I don't think he's out there.
Well, somebody done told the dog something. I mean, I'm not saying
as soon as dog came on the scene, I was like, "Oh Lord, let me get my popcorn."
Uh-oh, girl, you better hush.
I mean, I don't have nothing against him. I'm just saying, why are we doing this? That's all I'm saying.
You need hot Cheetos for this story.
Yes. Yes. I was like, the circus has arrived.
Like, this is done turned somewhere else now.
My friend said, she called me last night. She said, if Dog the Bounty Hunter finds Brian Laundrie, we should get all our tax money back from the government.
Oh. I feel like he's somewhere comfortable where he's at. Wherever he's at, he's comfortable with it, wherever it is. Mm-hmm. And he has done the Appalachian Trail. He's done hundreds of miles on there. So it would be somewhere he was comfortable. So if he's not in Florida, I would say I would put my money there. And I think Dog said that they had multiple tips that he had been seen there or that he was there or whatever. I don't know whether they're credible or not. Allegedly, this is what was said. Just saying.
I'll be surprised. I'll be surprised if they pull him off of there.
But you know, he did. Dog did find Lester. He went to Mexico and got him. So it's possible he could get him.
Oh,
my question is,
when Dog gets on the trail, oh yeah, he will get him. But right now, he's trying to get the good leads to get him.
Right.
And when Dog does, he's gonna bust his butt.
Right.
Yeah, you know you gotta do that. He's gonna give him.
I don't know. At this point, I'm kind of like a little bit frustrated with the police, just because if they knew that those people went camping on September 1st through 3rd and 6th through 8th, like they claim, or like the lawyer claimed that they knew.
I don't think they knew.
I don't think they knew either. I honestly don't, because there was like the people camping right next to them were not even interviewed by the police. They found out they were camping next to them from the news people that contacted them due to finding them on the thing, on the registration. I would think it would be very important to talk to the people right next to them. Who's to say they didn't get together and camp out and roast weenies and talk, and some kind of vital information was given, that they don't know. There was no interview. I think there was a lot of, were they burning evidence out there since they went out there on the 1st through the 3rd and the 6th through the 8th? Were they, there's a lot of things that are potential out there that they could have gotten and gained, I think, from interviewing people out there. And it seems like once Dog got on the hunt and it became public that that's where they were, then the FBI comes in and starts doing certain things. That's what's frustrating to me.
Well, what's frustrating for me was the first few days when the police was like, yeah, we've been there. We've been to his house. We got eyes on him. And the next day they're like, whoop, where'd he go?
I know, right?
Did any police officer ever actually see Brian Laundrie, or did they just see that card at the door for the lawyer? You know what I mean? Like, did they just assume he was home? I mean, that was just, they made themselves look so stupid right then.
Right. I mean, it would have been better if he had said, well, there's no reason to have eyes on him or whatever at the time because there was no charges potentially or whatever. Exactly. Than to say, yes, we absolutely know where he's at, and then to look really kind of stupid.
Yeah, that
when
was
he's
crazy.
nowhere to be found. I mean, I'm not knocking law enforcement. I back the blue completely. I just think that there's things that they're missing, or that they're
they don't
behind the
work
8 ball
together.
on.
They don't work together enough. Like too many people is doing too many things, and they don't coordinate well enough.
Well, where is he?
Right.
Where is Brian London?
I hope he ain't scoping out my campsite. That's all.
Well,
Yeah,
look,
no, but
you already told your business. What state you in? Good goobity goo. You already told me.
Good luck finding me, because Arkansas, the whole state, is a campsite.
Well, that's true. Very true. That is so true.
We camp in our backyards here, and I'm not even lying.
Well, look, let's go here. We wasted 2 hours on this nut. Let's do summer for a minute. Come on, bring it to me.
Oh,
Summer.
I don't know.
God love her.
Neither.
I don't know.
I don't either.
There's
no
so many
mystery on
twists
there.
and turns.
We know. We just don't know why the cops don't like what's going on.
Right.
I mean, they're the last ones to see her. Grandmama already said she gave her something to drink. She left town with no problem.
I can't figure out how did they outsmart the police? Like,
Because
how did they not? How are they not in jail? Like, how is this?
Exactly.
Well, did y'all watch my live last night?
What are we dealing with here?
Did you watch my live last night?
No, I missed it.
Well, it got a little interesting at the end. Somebody decides to bring us commentary pertaining to the Light and Mr. Frank Light, and maybe he's a suspect in the disappearance of her. This lady says she don't think they are involved. Listen. She don't think that they're involved. You know how I am about that. I let her speak. I wanted to be respectful, but
who is she?
I just believe they got something to do with it. That's just my personal opinion.
Let me put it this way: she has uncovered some corruption going on there.
Yeah, she did.
County.
And that's but that's the scary part is, see, the thing about telling something, I'm a right fighter to some degree. I do believe in safety too. See, I can gab all day up here about those fools because I don't live near them. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't live near them.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be very careful when you start telling stuff, because in the end, you live near them. You've talked to Candace through Messenger, so she said. I don't know if that's true or not. But in the end, somebody's going to recognize her voice. Then you tell us that you have a YouTube channel, so now they do know who you are. You need to be careful. Because now you told this man has sexually assaulted other women and they won't come forward. You think he's going to like that? That's all I'm saying.
I didn't hear any of that. I'll go back and listen to it, but I will say from the very beginning, my thoughts were, if her family had nothing to do with her disappearance, then I would say it would have to be law enforcement, someone that's close to law enforcement.
Why would you think law enforcement would take a kid? Please explain to me that.
I mean, I'm not saying law enforcement took a kid. I'm saying a creep who is family of law enforcement, or hey, there's plenty of people that's been law enforcement.
Let me address somebody in the chat. When did the media stop talking about Summer? They haven't stopped talking about Summer.
They haven't stopped talking about Summer
yet. The media has not stopped talking about her. I don't know where you're from, but they mentioned her here where I live.
No, we're going to try to keep pressure on the family.
Yeah.
Every time their lips move, I think lies. I don't believe anything they say.
Believe nothing. They said nothing.
You can talk to them all day long, and it's going to be a bunch of bunk.
What did you say, Denise?
No, I said you can't believe nothing they say. I mean, it may be true. Put it this way.
Because she believes, that lady that was sitting here, she obviously thinks something about these people. She said the people that's been going to see them these people that's went and talked to them, they have heard them talk, blah, 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 and they believe in them. But see, that doesn't mean anything to me about them. Those are country folks that's affiliated with them. That means nothing to me. It's not to be rude, but that means nothing to me.
it doesn't mean nothing to me either until I see actually proven hardcore facts, and I can debunk it to make sure it's facts.
Exactly.
Unless,
Bring something on a receipt to show something.
Yeah.
You're not these
You can
people
talk to
that do
people all
something
day, and they're gonna tell you what you want to hear.
But look what we're talking about with the Petito case. She thought she knew him, and I'm sure she saw signs that he wasn't right, and now she is no longer living. That's proof in the pudding. Most people go missing. Let's say it. Most people go missing by the people they fool with, not outsiders, not phantoms, not ghosts, not Jason and Freddy Krueger, a real two-legged human being who knew them.
Yeah.
Let's keep the stats
And her
real.
dad even said there were no red flags for him to have any concerns. He had talked to him. So you can be a chameleon if you are a criminal.
Oh, yeah.
You can fit in. You can make everybody believe you're the best person in the world.
But people
or you
do it
cannot
every
care
day.
what people think, you know?
People do it every day. People
And
do that
behind
sometimes,
closed doors.
yes, and sometimes people don't recognize the red flags until something happens.
I don't know if it's perhaps she just has this issue with Mr. Light. So that's deflecting her view of who the Wells are. Hey, I've dealt with this person. Hey, he did this to me. Hey, he allegedly did this to other women. So he's a possible suspect. But from my understanding, there are other pedophiles living in the area. So we could easily go point the finger at those men as well.
Any of those. Is Mr. Light their neighbor that supposedly heard the screaming or whatever? Yeah, okay.
And allegedly they said something to Don about if you go down this road, you won't come back, this and that. See, I don't know if that was ever said. I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I don't know who told Don where he can and can't go.
But did they, I wondered about, did they actually, wasn't he the man that didn't want them all over his property as well, though?
Say it again, baby.
Wasn't he the same guy who didn't want the Equa search all over his property?
I don't know. So we need to get verification on that because there has been some hoopla about somebody not wanting whomever to be around their property and barns. There were some complaints that did come out allegedly. That somebody didn't want them on their property. And it's just like what we said. You don't know what people got going on. So if they into some stuff like meth and cooking up meth and got a little meth shit going on, hell no, I want you on my damn property.
Yeah. I mean, I understand that too.
Hey, while you talking, that damn dog might come up on another body. Ting.
Exactly.
I wouldn't be
They don't belong to Summer Wells. The hell no, I want you on my property. Stay woke. That's what we're talking about. Who done it? That's what we're talking about right now. That woman's commentary. Squall. That's her name.
Okay, so hypothetically, or allegedly, if how do we? If the parents went to jail, I think that somebody's going to have to squall if they go to jail. I think that's the only way we're going to get anything from those parents.
I'm going to say this to y'all due to the case that I'm covering right now, right here in my backyard about the Sheena. Somebody brought forth information that she was in that damn house dead because the family was on the ground a week or so ago out of the blue looking for her. Now this week, last week, the news tells us, KPD tells us that they believe it's a homicide. Then this week, we get information there's a house with a dead body in it. See where I'm going? So somebody's been talking, and perhaps it's that dodo bird in jail, the boyfriend.
Right.
Maybe he's told somebody, yeah, I did it. This way you can find her. Do you understand what I'm saying? Jail can do a multitude of things to the spirit.
Yes, they can.
You're not coming out of here off this one dope charge, and now your girlfriend is missing. And we do believe, sir, that you are behind her disappearance. Do you want to talk to us or what?
Right.
Perhaps he told law enforcement where to find Sheena Kyle. And I will be going to the said services when they make arrangements. If it comes back, the autopsy is heard. They make. I will go. I really wish somebody from the family would talk to me because I really think the only way we can get her name out there is if you talk and tell the public something. But everybody does things a different way. But I do hope to talk to the best friend, because I did interview her in one of my videos a few months ago. So I'll try to reach out to her today and see if she'd like to come up and tell us what she's thinking about this body that was found. And we'll go from there. But this is very sickening, because we have a lot of missing people, Black, white, Indian, different races, and children, and this is another thing besides just the people missing that people have reported missing. You also have to count the people who have not been reported missing. And that, to me, are the scarier cases, because now we have to count how many cases of somebody's gone and somebody has lied and said, well, Shamika went to Arkansas for 5 days or to stay with her grandmama. And Pookie went up to New York to stay with Uncle Bob. Pookie ain't went nowhere. Pookie
Nowhere.
dead. Do you see where I'm going?
Yeah.
Right.
People will tell you anything. Oh, I sent my child over there to Jersey to stay with his daddy, his uncle, his auntie. That baby ain't went no damn well.
Right now, we have a case locally. Well, not in my hometown, which is kind of locally, where they found a little 3-year-old in a suitcase next to the highway. It's a major freeway, and it hasn't been solved yet. And it's so sad. It keeps me up all night. And nobody's reported her missing that we're aware of.
There's a case I want to get in cahoots with. There's a lady that's got a show on, I think it's Showtime, if I'm not mistaken, Showtime or HBO, because they do the best documentaries. There's a lady been on the hunt for this Caucasian girl. And in this clip, when you watch YouTube, it'll come up in the YouTube queue when you're in the commercials. You'll hear her saying, I think this girl don't want to be found. She said, because every time I get close to a witness, they disappear. And I'm just like, ooh, I'm just like enthralled. I cannot wait to watch it, because I want to know who this girl is, what they know about her, who she knows. But what she's basically saying is the family is probably the ones that they need to be leery of, because it's probably the way she's saying it's something up with the family.
Right.
There's something not right with the family. And see, this is what I keep trying to tell people. It ain't always a boyfriend, girlfriend, acquaintance, a stalker. It could be the very people that the person knew closer, such as mommy, daddy. Because see, a lot of people don't really want to accept the fact that a mother or father would kill their own child. I saw a case way about a couple months back. A mother conspired, kill her child who was grown, and buried him on the property. And this was out somewhere like Utah, somewhere way far out. When they knocked that story down, man, I was so baffled and confused, because I was thinking to myself, how could this mother, an old lady, conspire with her other child to kill her other child, and the child was grown? All over some petty dispute. And folks was coming by asking for him. Have you seen such and such? I don't know. He lived, blah, blah, blah. She know how long where he was. He's buried right there. So it ain't always a girlfriend, boyfriend, ex-husband. It could be your own family. Your own family. And I think a lot of people don't want to accept that your own family would kill you and bury you and hide it. Who's even better to hide your death than your own family? He took off. I ain't heard from him. He took off, right? He right over there in that pile. And I want to tell you all this too before we get heated with Summer. There is a story in the queue in YouTube. Go to my community post right now if you want to scroll over. A white man, when you see his mugshot, they beat him good. The police whooped his ass. Do you hear what I'm saying? They whooped him. He killed his girlfriend, okay? Mama called and told him, come get my son. He killed his girlfriend. Thank you, ma'am. So she's a testament of what you write. She called in on her son. This is a Florida mother. A white woman called on her white son and said, he killed her. Because mama said, I'm not about to be a dirty laundry story. You can go on my community post and pull up the story if you want to watch the story. It's out of Florida. A white man killed his girlfriend. He hit her. let me tell you how stupid this man is. He gonna put her in a pile of dirt, right? Put some pallets on top and lawn chairs on top of the pallet. So you think when the police came, they didn't look and said,
"What is that?"
Yeah.
We're looking for Susan. Could she be under there?
Right?
No.
You gonna bury somebody, which I'm thinking you didn't bury her deep enough. That's why the pallets was top and the lawn chairs on top. That almost about to be something some black folks would do.
He was like, "Don't look under the lawn chair."
Yeah, he's like,
my race. Look, I told you,
over there.
I look at black and white folks the same. That's stupid. You go get some dirt, fresh dirt, and leave the dirt there. Then put the pallets on top of the dirt and put the lawn chairs on top of the pallet. And the police show up, and then they look at him, because, yeah, I'm going to say he was a white Pookie. Pookie. Pookie, what is this, Pookie? And I throw a little humor in there. There's no disrespect to the lady.
No,
but that show you how stupid people are. Yeah. That you don't even fully bury her. You gonna just leave the pallets on top and the chairs, like you gonna look. And God forgive me for what I'm gonna say. You act like she's getting ready to come back. Let me put the pallets on top. Put the chairs on top.
Keep it down.
Unless this was Michael Myers' sister, and you thought she was going to come back up out the ground. What the hell is wrong? Well, his mama called and told him, you can go to 44407. He right there. Pick my son up. And I want to thank her because she's a testament of what you're supposed to do.
Yep.
Knew her son killed his girlfriend. She knew she was buried there. And she called the police, and the police went there. They had a tussle with him. The officer had a tussle, and it could have ended terribly because he was fighting. He was wanting to go down. Yeah, he was wanting to go down. He was not going to go willingly. Other people came to jump in, and that's the sad story. But that's sad to me that you would bury that girl like that. You can kill that girl, and you just threw her over to the side like she was nothing. With some pallets and lawn chairs on top of dirt. Are we going to get an ending to Summer Wells?
I hope so. But like I said, I think the key to getting any answers from anybody or about Summer is going to be with her parents going to jail.
Yes, I believe so.
For whatever.
Yeah. So let's ask this. Why has he been so quiet?
Because he done said everything he had to say. He ain't got nothing else to say.
He ain't got nothing. Are you sure?
Oh, please. No. He's got
I'm sure
plenty.
He can make up something.
Thank you,
Brent. Lord.
Good thing
if he ever goes to prison, we're gonna walk in Books a Million and see a bestseller.
Still open. Look, they're still open. I don't think there's
memoirs from prison.
Okay. What'd you say, Trucker?
I said one thing about Don. He doesn't have the three people that help cover things and all that. So, and feed him information how to cover things, and he's in a dead wall. I mean, a brick wall.
Okay.
He doesn't have that help to cover this case.
Yeah.
He stuffed himself into a corner.
But you know, sometimes I feel like, and I know this, it's just my mind. But
listen to what somebody said in the chat. I just saw a post. DW wants Dog to come help him. Okay.
You know what?
I believe it.
I need a hot
Dawn would love that.
Yeah, he can be. He already think he's a star,
a celebrity.
On the show and.
The last time he was, I think, on social media, he was wearing sunglasses and looking like a rock star.
He looked. When they remember that.
I got a secret. You got a secret. He feels betrayed by the YouTubers.
because they moved on to another story for a week.
Thank you.
He's not in the spotlight anymore.
No. You see, you slept with the enemy, and the enemy betrayed you when you found out all those phone calls were a ruse.
Definitely.
I had already quit before that. I quit.
You ain't heard it from me because I ain't one to gossip.
Oh, you went way back.
Miss Jenkins. Don't nobody talk about Miss Jenkins.
No, not Miss Jenkins. Not Miss Jenkins.
In living color.
Yes.
But you know that they still, number one, they still should be handled for, even if this goes on forever, they still should be handled for neglect of the children that they had still in the house. I mean, I hate to even think of this video, but the video when both of them was downstairs and she's smoking and got holes in her pants and stuff.
Comatose.
Yeah, and she looked, you know, she has that funny looking face that he probably would beat her up and it wouldn't look.
Let me tell you what somebody said. Denise, not mean to cut you off. Somebody had said, Angela, when you watch that video, did you not notice she looks like Summer back when she was in that seat, in the back seat? I said, girl, if you don't shut up.
Yeah, but
like she was mimicking her. That's what this commenter said. She's a low down woman. She was mimicking her daughter who's possibly dead back there in the car seat. I said, I don't even want to think about that.
I don't want to think it either. I thought she was.
I don't want to think of that either.
No, because.
But I did think about it because she brought it up. She brought it to my attention 2 weeks ago. She said, Angela, look at Candace in the video versus Summer Wells in the backseat of that car. She says, I think she was mocking her daughter. This is just somebody's opinion.
Actually, wait a minute. You just guys gave me an idea.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Trucker, those thoughts.
Uh-oh.
No, I am seeing things now. It is starting to come clear.
Okay.
What happens if Grandis and Candace staged that act that told Summer to stage it? To look like that.
But let's take it there. If this was staged by the mother and the grandmother, where the hell is Summer then?
That is the key trick, okay? The main question is, I'm still trying to trace and track down. All right, from CPS, who did tip Don and Candace and Grandis off, knowing that CPS was going to come in that day, excuse me, to take the boys away, or the kids away. Something right there is the link, but I'm still trying to track it down.
Okay, say it again.
And I'm still running into dead ends. But see,
Trucker, say that again.
That's just something her friend said.
So say that again, Trucker, what you just said.
It's something about CPS. I mean, I got my thumb on it, but I cannot find the link to who tipped them off. And once I do find it, they will be nailed.
That
tipped them off about
I'm
what?
telling y'all, that's the story Allie told. That's the story Allie told. We don't know if that's true or not. We don't know if that's true or not.
With this story, this is no different than Brian Laundrie's story in Petito. You don't know anything.
Yeah, that might not even been true.
You do not know if they were involved. You don't know if CPS was called. If they did call, you don't know if they went out there and said, hell, they all right. See where I'm going? We don't know. Because CPS is never going to tell what their involvement was with Donald and Candace Wells. They never.
That doesn't make sense, because if Candace thought CPS was on their way to her house that day, she would have taken all the kids with her.
Come on with it.
Home alone.
Day one. Thank you.
They for sure gonna be gone when you get home.
My kids for and you calling on me talking about I leave and abandon my kids.
Exactly.
You leave my damn kids there to open the damn door. My mama not
everybody.
But let me know what
Exactly.
something said. Well, her kids was
Absolutely.
trained. They knew to be quiet. I said, you ain't making
That
no
was
sense.
so stupid.
I'm not gonna risk them, my kids being there, because kids are kids. Your mama gone, you get ready to whoop and holler, run around, eat Doritos and shit. You gonna do the hell you want to
Exactly.
do. The hell you gonna sit there and be quiet because Candace is gone.
Exactly.
Right.
Now, don't
Kids
get me
do the
started.
most when their mom is
I
gone.
think they probably
What
just
you
saw
talking about, Willis?
or they might, you know how they do sometimes, they take the other children out of the house when there's something going on with one of the other children. So they might have took them out and then saw that.
Autumn, you can't believe that stuff about what the whale said about their house and the gate and this and that. You don't know
see that.
people. You don't know nothing about what these people got going on, man. Them folks is holler folks. They country. They ain't got none of that shit going on. Y'all got no cameras, no nothing. Because if you had cameras on the gate, you'd have cameras to see who stole your kid.
They classify them as
they didn't. First of all, it's a chain, not a gate. And second of all, they didn't even add that until until everybody started coming up.
Come on with it, Brandy. Just like, for you sleuths that like to be all up in them folks' dresser drawers, well, go on back to WJHL when you see a picture of the door. There's a camera sitting above there. When did that camera get there? Before or after Summer Wells' disappearance?
After.
Okay, then.
Yeah, everything came in after.
Okay, then.
Yes. I don't believe that DHS story. I don't think they was ever coming up there. I mean, I don't think they was worried about it.
But they did actually show up that day to take the boys. It was a proven fact they did take the boys.
Yeah, they took the boys.
Thank you, Becky. You can drive across the gate. Bye, Felicia.
Exactly.
I know, right?
Bust right through it.
Y'all act like this is some damn JRU and shit with big old gates. The property. It's the holler.
It was a chain.
Held together with a zip tie.
Some good old boys know how to clip and get wild flies and this and that. You ain't had nothing going on with that broke up ass driveway. Y'all better stay woke. Y'all really act like we talking about some real I Spy type stuff. TV. What the hell soap opera y'all been watching?
Well, when I seen her go down them steps, I was done.
Wait a minute. Why? I'm getting ready to mess with y'all. This is off topic. When I watched Halloween the other night, why Lord pulled that thing back out the middle of the floor? It was a countertop like what Candy Wells had. I was screaming. I said, shut your mouth. This is Doc Wells and Candace Blindhouse. Girl, I almost died. She pulled that damn countertop and walked down the damn stairs.
I got stuff falling.
I said, oh, Jesus, what the hell is this? Michael Myers is going to tear that damn thing up. What I tell you, Michael Myers came in there. I got y'all now. Wait a minute.
No.
I said, Michael Myers ain't no dummy. He gonna know you down in that damn basement because you just shot a gunshot from a rifle. Michael Myers came and shook that thing.
We just went back in the Twilight Zone.
And he started shaking it. Michael Myers ripped that whole damn makeshift thing up. I said, welcome to Candyland.
I know, right?
Oh.
What the hell?
Yeah, that right there.
Girl, y'all gotta watch that. I want you to watch the movie just so you can think of Donald Wells and Candace House. Please go into, I got somebody download it for me, the cinema app. I watched that the other night and I hollered all the way through that damn movie. I'm telling you, when Michael Myers walked in that kitchen and looked around, he looked at that countertop, he started shaking. He said, Candy, I know you're down there. Now, Candy, don't make me tear up this damn countertop. Because I know you're down there, Candy. I'm dead, Satan. Somebody please grab a wheel. I'm dead. I can't take it no more. I can't take it. Ooh. I swear, when I saw that makeshift basement with that countertop, I said, well, hell, Candy Cane ain't the only damn one got a damn staircase leading from the damn kitchen. I'm dead safe.
I was in sheer shock. I couldn't even believe that somebody would think to make something like that. Because the way she turned around.
That's the way, but look, That's old. That's an old way of living. Because if you ever watch HGTV, there's some couples on there that remodel homes. There's a couple out of Mississippi, if I'm not mistaken. It's a white couple that redo homes. I really love them. They do really awesome work. They went in a house and it was just like candy canes. I almost passed out. Do you hear me? I said, wait the hell a minute. They pulled the thing back and stairs led down to a basement. And let me tell you, when they got through with that, they made it into a wine cellar. But we know candy cane ain't got no wine cellar. Shut up, Queen.
I don't know. I just think that I don't think they are putting a lot of, I mean, even though it's out there, but I think they could be doing a lot more. My thing is lock them all up. They'll talk.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
I agree.
I agree too.
You're talking about a child. You're not talking about, and I mean, it's bad when it's an adult, but we talk about a child, you know, and they think it's a joke.
And that's how I feel. It's that if you show them, I'm not playing with you no damn more. I done listened to all your stories. You're all on the wire acting a fool with them YouTubers. Let me show you something. And call them in and bring them in. So now you ain't got no Wi-Fi. You ain't got no basement. You ain't got no nothing. You
No drugs or alcohol.
You do what a lot of people do. Yes, you will tell. Okay, this is where the baby is.
Because then they start thinking about things when their mind get a little clear.
Amen. Amen.
I just think it's awful. How do you not? You know, it's just like, I don't know if you, I mean, it's kind of tied into it, but the news press that was on TV about the porn ring that they caught in Polk County. And, you know, and the guy was like, somebody asked him what would he have done in the little Gabby situation. And he looked at them like, what would I do? You know, like they would have arrested him. They wouldn't have never.
Yeah, I watched some information here.
Never got away.
On the wire today, and the cop or the sheriff, somebody from Florida said, as soon as he touched down, we would have arrested him. As soon as we found out that girl was missing, we wouldn't have been shucking and jiving and waiting for all this old shenanigans to jump out. We would have called him in, brought him in, and let the chips fall where they may. But that didn't happen.
Yeah,
you're walking free in Florida.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna get down.
Okay, Brandy. Thank you.
Have a safe trip, Brandy. Enjoy your enjoy camping.
Tell Jason I said hello.
I will.
Look for BL.
I'm gonna tell him right where to find you.
You can't find me
on YouTube. Follow her on YouTube.
Good luck. He can follow Yellow Brick Road. He gonna get lost. Bye, baby. Bye, baby. Bye, bye. Bye, bye. That's Brandy. What we're saying about
them sorry people.
She said the storage people. That sounds like a scary movie.
Yeah. I just
well,
you know, and it's a shame because
hey, Latasha.
I think it's given a lot of people, like you said, especially on YouTube, a lot of clicks and views. I mean, I watch some are very, you know, you're like, yeah, okay. Other ones you're like,
hey, Marie.
But people watching that.
See, that's what that WFLA guy is talking about. He's a reporter and he goes live every day to bring, you know, updates. And like he told the people today, I don't have any updates to bring to you. And naturally, there's going to be days like that. Today, there's an update. Tomorrow, there isn't. Like he said, we're trying to deal in facts. We know there's a lot of people on the wire. That's what I call YouTube now. That's my new name for YouTube, The Wire. There's people on the wire talking woo, woo, woo. But like he said, you want to try to stick with facts because this is how information gets misconstrued. When Pookie, Ray Ray, Bubba come in with, I heard this and she said this. And so, you know, I'm the type of queen, I tell you, bring me a receipt. Because right now we don't have any receipts to nothing. We have to rely on, as I said, he said, she said, he did this, he acted like this, she said this. I got a receipt that they went here. Luckily, the information pertaining to the park where they went to the DeSoto Park, that's public information. Them checking in, whatever, however that worked. So allegedly, that's legitimate information to the best of my knowledge.
Right.
of them going to that park, the parents and Brian Laundrie. But I believe that the ruse was to go to that park and set up everything in motion, get all their bearings together, talk about everything in private, and everybody go their separate way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I feel like the whole reserve thing was a ruse too. I think that was to give him more time to get away and get comfortable. And I feel like the parents, if that is proven that they did that they should be charged. Period. And they should pay for it.
Yeah, but the Florida laws is actually protecting them.
Well, just like the situation that I just brought you pertaining to the guy who buried the girlfriend in the yard. He had 19 felonies and just got released from prison in January of 2021. So I'm going to say what's the obvious. What the hell were you doing free with 19 felonies? To kill this lady. And just got out in January. We're not even at January now. We're shy of a year. January. Because this is what happens when you continuously let that type of thing out to roam. They end up doing just what he did. He killed that damn woman.
They were definitely ahead of that 8 ball.
Let me tell you something. Florida got some notorious criminals down there. And I'll tell you something I learned just from watching true crime. Florida has a lot of pedophiles and rapists down there.
Yeah, it's a hotspot
that's the spoken word. They have a lot of pedophiles and rapists in the state of Florida. So for a state to have such strict laws, allegedly in the death penalty, how did this guy get out in January to murder his girlfriend? You see where I'm going? And with 19 felonies.
It just makes no sense.
These people
are cooperation.
They should have transferred him up here.
Why you say that, Denise?
Because they probably would have killed him before he got to jail in Philly.
Oh, Philadelphia. Okay.
Well, I'm not. Philly's right next door, but I'm just
next door. Okay.
I mean, if that happened, even in small Delaware, where I'm at, if that happened, you are going to jail. If they think, because people are going to say, yeah, we saw him. But what they'll do is keep you in there for hours, and they'll say, well, while they go check out what you said, you're just sitting there. They might give you a little bit to eat. But
hey, Mad Max.
They're not going to let you go. Or they'll say, don't go too far. Somebody's watching you, But they're not going to just let you off just let you go. I just don't understand.
But every state, every city has their laws pertaining to, I guess, naturally evidence. So maybe that's why he's walking free. He has not been charged by any other jurisdiction for murder, just this court charge. So my thing is, if you had any sense about yourself, that's why he's stupid. You should have went and faced the charge with the cards. You could have got a bond stealing the credit card money. You'd be out on bond as soon as you walked in, because we know your mom and daddy would already had your bond ready.
Right.
So that shows you he's a dummy. See, this is why I keep saying. That's why we know he killed her. See, that's why we know he killed her. Because you're sitting here running around, acting like a retard when you ain't got but the charge of the theft. You could easily make a bond for that.
Right.
And then wait for the charge for murder. You could be, Brian right now could be walking around and he on the run for a charge of stealing some money off a damn credit card. That just lets me know you killed her, see? Nobody else killed her out there in Wyoming. You did that. And you might be responsible for them other deaths. I don't know. But you could easily right now be walking around on a bond for the theft of that credit card money. So you're the stupid one to be running around here wherever the hell you at hiding out when you could be walking around here free right now out on bond for the theft of the money off her damn debit card. But you so stupid, you and your parents, because you know you killed that damn girl.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That let you know how dumb he is. You're really not that smart. You are stupid. Because people steal every day. They go get a bond, they bond out, and then they wait to go to court. So right now he could be free doing whatever the hell he want to do until they bring a damn murder charge.
That is correct.
So he's stupid. That lets me know you killed her when you went on the run. Because who told your parents about the charge, about the court? You had to tell that. Come on, Queen. You told your parents, I stole her car to get gas and food to come back from Wyoming to Florida. And possibly he told them that something jumped off out there in Wyoming with Gabby Petito. Because we really don't know what all he told his parents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But he came back with her vehicle.
Well, bow and arrow. I don't know why the bounty, Mr. Dwayne, thinks he's at in North Carolina. I don't know what he's learned. But what I'm going to say is that I meant to say this in the beginning of my commentary. I think it's sad that anybody would just give information to Dwayne or any other outside source and not the police, because in the end, the police, that's their job.
Mm-hmm.
The police and the bounty and the FBI, they've got to know these things. So I don't know why anybody would be trying to hide giving information. You know something, you need to tell the authorities, because this is serious business, because we're talking about a dead woman, and we also have other people who have died after recently in the same time frame as Miss Petito. So we don't know if Mr. Bryan is responsible for the deaths of these other people. So this is serious business. This is not a joke. This is not a game.
Mm-hmm.
There's some dead people lying around. And we got to hope that don't nobody else stumble over no more damn bones out there. Because that's what be the clincher. You look up by Sunday and somebody else been murdered out there in that damn park. Okay, Autumn. I think he told them and the lawyer everything. Dawn says she thinks he told everything. He may have, baby. Somebody said hopefully they get evidence he killed her. Worst case scenario, they only get him from moving a corpse. What you think about that? Moving a corpse where?
That's what I say. Who moved it?
Brian. He moved a corpse where? Why would he move a corpse? Thank you, Bow and Arrow. Thank you so much. Well, my thing is, I'm going to say it again. That's why I tell you all to stay woke. I'm not going to run because I stole somebody's credit card and use the credit card. I'm just going to go on and face the music, bond out, and be free. That's why I said, he killed that girl. Because logically, he's on an offense of $1,000. So what is that? Bond out, pay the bondsman, wait to go to court. So why are you on the run? Because as his lawyer loves to keep saying, he only got $1,000 charge. Okay, well, Goofy, why is your client running around hiding on $1,000 charge of theft? Stay woke. If that's all you did was take her card, then what the fuck you doing running around hiding for? need you. Did you block that?
No, I'm here.
No, I had to ask her because I don't have no mod down at the block stuff.
Oh, you want me to go back in there?
No, I don't win. I did it. But you understand what I'm saying? He's already told us what we need to know. You killed that girl, and you're on the run for a current charge of theft of a credit card. So there you have it.
Because they would have caught him sooner if he went back into the van.
Huh?
They probably would have caught him if he, ain't the van at their house?
As a matter of fact, that's a good question. Where is the van? Because I haven't heard anything about that. Everybody talking about Mustangs, Reserve, Appalachian Trail. Where the damn van at? Okay.
It's still at the Florida Police Department.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay, and they got it from.
Well, they're not working, baby. That's what happens. You can't expect people to be modding when they got other things to do. That's how it is. But yeah, where is the van? That's one thing I have not heard anything about is the van.
Because the Florida Police Department hasn't released it yet. It's still at that garage.
Right. Joe Dirt got a great comment. He didn't even bury her or dump her in some kind of water, just left her there for the world to see unless he figured some kind of wildlife would get her.
Oh.
Yes. That's okay, Soul Survivor. You see anything disrespectful, nasty comment, whatever, block them. That's it. No timeouts.
Even you put trash in the can.
I think that he was so evil that he wanted to take what meant the most to her, the van. Okay, that's interesting. So he did that to that girl.
Mm-hmm.
He killed that girl. He killed her.
Yep.
But right now, they just only got him on pretended they.
That's why he's guilty, because your only charge at the moment is theft of a credit card. I don't know anybody around here running because they stole somebody's credit card or information. Because 9 times out of 10, he already had the credit card. He had the PIN. But because she's dead, it would be considered theft because she can't be alive to authorize the use of the credit card. So I get that. And Wyoming is also stacking the chips. We got something on him to bring his ass in here. Come on with it.
Yep.
We got something. She dead, so she can't authorize you using her credit card. So kudos to him using it, because he knew I got to get this van to Florida. But see, that's why like this person in the chat said, maybe he did that. He knew that's all she cared about or this and that. I don't think that's all she cared about was a van, but he's stupid, because if you flew back and forth as they're alleging, you had a way out of Wyoming. You didn't need Petito's van. So that's where you fucked up, homeboy. You should have stayed your ass in Florida on the last airline flight. Because you could have used the rules that when I left Wyoming, Petito was on her own. I don't know what she got into. I was out of there. I was gone. Oh, I know, Don. They going back and forth about when she died. How would he know that she died? The lawyer. I've heard people making that comment.
Oh, come on. How do they know she died?
Well, the lawyer made a statement about he spent the card or something after her demise. The charge is only after her demise.
Okay.
That's what you said, but why they broke, but when they broke, that's why he might have used someone else's card. Well, baby, common sense will tell you. Come on now. It's Petito's card.
Yeah, so it said, he said it was her card.
Maybe somebody else seen him kill someone else, and that's why he took off. Baby, y'all, please don't do this. Come on, don't do this. You know damn well he killed that girl. because he's doing too much for theft of a fucking credit card. You could easily bond out for the theft of a credit card.
Yep.
You're not going to do all this running and hiding for theft of a credit card. You would easily just bond out.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
How you know he was wearing Gabby's Apple Watch when he used the credit card? Who told you that? We're saying before he went on the run, S. Hagen, y'all not listening. Somebody called to let them know about the charge of the theft of the credit card. Why would you go get a lawyer for something as simple as theft? You can easily plead that out. See, y'all ain't listening.
Sometimes I wonder about it.
I'm serious. People steal every day.
Yep.
Why do you need a lawyer? Oh, that's another thing. Ting! I'm telling on myself.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you need a lawyer for $1,000 theft? Come on, they won't.
Right.
I keep telling people, everything you need to know is at the beginning of a story. You don't need a lawyer for a theft of a credit card. You can plead that out. Who told you about the credit card theft to need a lawyer? Stay woke.
Right.
2 cards.
And you can plead that out on petty theft. I mean, it's under 2,500.
He was with his black friends in South Carolina. Okay, black, come on, really? Okay.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, it's time to end the live now.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bob. They got a lawyer because they knew he was involved with her death. Thank you. You don't need a lawyer for theft of a credit card. It's common sense. What do you need that's something simple you could plea out. Come up with an excuse. That's why I told you he's stupid. Because if you knew you were going to kill her for whatever reason, you came back, flew back. It was a plan to get rid of her, get her stuff out the house, double back, kill her. You should have left the van. You don't bring the van back. Why would you bring the van back?
Mm-hmm.
Leave it there. Leave it there.
Right, right.
That leaves the option that she got in her van and anybody could have killed her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
What are y'all talking about? Man, don't come in my chat with that crazy nonsense. I'm going to cut it loose because I see where this is going. This is about to get stupid.
Oh, not.
Yeah, well, I'm in the live because I don't y'all know how I roll. I don't do silly shit. Well, I'll be back on later. And I really want to discuss what's going on out there at the park because there's something going on at the park and it needs to be acknowledged because now we're talking about another human's life that's gone. There's something going on at that park. Now, I don't know if there's a serial killer out there, what's going on, but there's something wrong and there's something going on. And as I've told you all with law enforcement, they do not have to tell you the truth about an investigation because they have to preserve an investigation. So they don't have to tell you that they think Brian Laundrie killed those 2 women. Brian Laundrie killed this guy. You see where I'm going? Mm-hmm. And whoever else the hell they done found out there. They don't have to tell you nothing. They don't owe you anything. Thank you all so much. They don't have to tell you anything. But you should know you need to be careful because for all we know, like I said, he may have weapons on him, anything. Mm-hmm. Yes, baby. Thank you, Bob. I'll be back on later because I want to chop up the issue of this Mr. Bob who's been found out there. This is serious. See, this is deeper than just Petito.
Yeah.
There's something going on out there in that national forest. You've got too many people dead in the month of August. That is suspicious. You want me to believe coyotes and bears killed these other people? So what are we talking about? Wildlife killed them. Two-legged creatures killed them. One person killed them. If you want to donate to the channel, $sign Big Angie 129 Cash App. Thank you, Outlaw Trucker. Thank you, Denise Broomer. Thank you all my guests that came. Thank you, the rest of you who tuned in. Thank you all so very much. Pray for the Petito family. They need answers right now. They want, and I'm sure they want full admission. We probably will never get that due to the fact that who we think is responsible for the death of Miss Petito, he's on the run right now. And I know that he's not going to be able to hang very long out there. He's going to get tired. He's going to get tired. He's going to get tired. Love you all too. Thank you so much, honey. Thank you so much. Miss Brewer?
See you later.
Thank you, darling. I want to thank you all for joining me. This is some sinister stuff going on right now out of Florida. And I do believe that somebody is sloughing off people out there in that wilderness out there in Wyoming. And as someone said in the chat last night, let's see how many people go dead, missing now. Because if nobody else goes missing from Bridger Teton Park National Forest, then perhaps Brian Laundrie is our number one suspect in the murder and death of Miss Petito, and also the deaths of the other people who have been found out there in the national park. I do not have confirmation that he's murdered these other said people. But if we don't have anybody else popping up dead in the next week to two, then Brian Laundrie, you are suspect number one in the deaths of these other people. And then I guess you have every damn right to be on the damn run because you've killed more than Gabby Petito. You've killed some other people. And let me tell you something. Your mama and your daddy, they're not going to be able to do a damn thing for you. You see, you all have bred this spawn, and now you're looped in to the death and murder of Petito and possibly others. You all should be ashamed of yourselves. Because in the end, your son can't do a damn thing for you. He's a bum. He's a bum. You raised a bum and you're aiding a bum. And in the end, you have put your own reputation and livelihood on the line for a bum that you spawn here. So I hope you're happy with yourself. You did this because you could have turned your son in and told him, if you kill Gabby, turn yourself in because we're not going to aid you because we also have a life to live. And what you've done is going to wreak havoc on our lives. So possibly Brian Laundrie is a product of two narcissists who didn't give a fuck about Gabby and they don't give a fuck about anybody else out there. That's the spoken word. So I don't give a damn about the Laundries because you're aiding a killer. So any problems you have at your address, you are asking for it too. Because you're no better than that son of yours. So I'm telling you, you might want to keep one eye open when you go to sleep. Yeah, you might want to keep one eye open. Because you're now marked along with your son, Brian Laundrie. And you chose that too. This is Everyday Shenanigans. Thanks for joining me. God bless you. I love you. Thank you.